time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
Hey, look, we having some technical difficulties with the mic. I'm gonna go grab another mic and y'all do y'all thing. I'll be back, man.
Finish your thought.
you're gonna go right another mic. So what we gonna talk?
Wait. It didn't matter, nigga, because they still ain't enough mics.
Yeah, I really don't. I would.
Like I said, Viral Gang, we back in the building, bro. Don't even worry about it. Don't let no monkey stop no show. Not calling the bro monkey, nothing like that.
Hey,
so what's happening with it, y'all?
How you just gonna glaze over that? Like you use monkey in the same reference with a brother?
Because you know what it is, bro. It's just a saying, man. Listen, we about to keep y'all entertained. First of all, what up to the Viral Way, man? I love the fact that I was leaving comments about the books y'all read. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that, man. So we got my boy in the building now. What we talking about? Yo, you gotta share the mic. So look. What's been going on, man? You talking about Oprah? Oprah on our Olympics, huh?
Hey, man, Oprah and her weight. Oprah been dealing with her weight or battling with her weight and physical fitness since we was all young tykes. She been dealing with this since the 80s. Her weight, her physical fitness has always been the topic of discussion, and here we are. At this point, I think that's her niche.
Her being chunky?
Yeah, I mean, her whole weight journey. And
up and down, battling.
Like, come on. I mean, it's been, listen, I am 40 years old, 1985. Oprah clearly is hella older than me, but as far as I can remember back, her weight, her physical fitness, I reiterate, has always been a thing, an issue, whatever you want to call it. So, like, come on now.
So I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Thin or thick, Oprah is sexy with all that money in her pocket, bro. I'm a nigga who ain't got that type of money like that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I had a chance for Oprah, I'm glazing. I'm rubbing feet, sucking toes, licking scalp, doing what I need to do to go up in that thing, bro. I'm telling you, that's a woman right there you just got to keep, man. I'm not saying I'm going to be a beta male to her, but I'm going to tell you this. If she asks me if she's beautiful every morning, I'm going to look her dead in her eye and lie. Say, yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to treat her like how Hoppo did her in Color Purple. You told Hoppo to beat me? Yeah, I'm going to beat you if that's what you want, baby. I love you. Be the black and blue. What you gonna do with him? He like,
nigga, how do I follow that up?
I'm just gonna say, for me personally, I'm out. You could have that. So for me, my thing is that, number one, like you mentioned earlier, like this has always been her thing. You know, really what put her on the map was on her show when she had that bag of all the meat. It just to show how much she used to weigh. And then, to see what she looked like at that time. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's more about what is the message that she's sending, especially as a black woman. What kind of message are you sending to other black women? Because for me personally, I love a woman that is all natural. So all those,
praise God,
voluptuous, stretch marks, all that, run all that stuff. I just like the natural. That's just me personally,
Real spill. I'm on that natural tip myself. Ambiguity. It's just something about it. It's organic. We all talk about organic, but it's real. Now, in my experience and just on the outside looking in, what I found with people, they misconstrue or try to conflate naturalness with being overweight, obese, lazy, something in that area. And that's what I have a big issue with. Natural does not mean without work. And a lot of people, get on there and brag about being natural. I scroll down my timeline, and a lot of you chicks look like Slimer will be talking about, I'm natural. Yeah, you naturally look like Slimer. And I'm not just, and that's for the men too. Get your lives together. Be natural. Natural is eat clean, get your sleep, work out. Don't do nothing that's gonna enhance you in a way that you didn't get it the way that the rest of us is getting it. But just sitting on your butt, not doing nothing, being fat and you got stress marks or whatever it is, and then calling yourself natural, stop the press, please.
Hold on,
stop the press.
Oprah look crazy.
Man.
Fucking with that Ozempic. I don't care what this nigga Short talking about. She a billionaire, all that. He talking about I ain't gonna be beta. You damn sure finna be beta, licking feet and ass and talking about what you did, man.
Does that make me better or does that just make me getting the job done?
Yeah, I ain't mad at you for getting the job done, but she's walking around like she on big head mode.
And that's
like,
cool.
You remember when you played 007, you have to go to the he changed the graphics? That's what Ozempic is doing to y'all. But what's even more crazy, I don't even know, man, what's going on. So a billionaire that don't want to work out is crazy to me. For one, you shouldn't have to be paying for it. I guess you can't.
Yes, you can. That's the point of being a billionaire.
No, it's not, nigga. That's the bullshit way out, nigga. You don't know the effects of that Ozempic in 5 years, nigga.
Absolutely
you don't know the
not.
effects of that shit in 10 years.
I mean, did she got that much?
Make you lose weight that rapidly is not good for you.
At
I
all.
don't care what they selling y'all right now.
Because you're not supposed to.
Nigga.
But listen, but we don't know how long she had to live when she had all that extra baggage on her, though.
Man, she's a billionaire.
She act like she was obese.
She's a billionaire. No, she at one point she was obese.
Don't say at what point. Recently she was obese?
No.
So at what point was she obese?
Shit, back in the early 90s.
You niggas is talking about over 26 years ago. What is these niggas talking about? Talking about we don't know where her weight gonna go. Ain't the shit been gone, nigga.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. If you come from where I come from and you got a woman like that on your hands, I mean, and she got that type of bread, you got to do what it said, man. I mean, I'm going to just keep it real with you.
So in other words.
Listen, I'm just keeping it real with you, bro. Y'all can fake the phone all you want. If Oprah came up in here, homie, she's like, hey, listen, I need somebody to come on vacation with me.
I'm going.
That's my point, bro.
I'm not saying you ain't doing all that, but for letting her, just because she got money don't mean she got to run you.
She has life-changing money, bro. She has life-changing money.
So if you a man that got your shit together, you in a position, you got good money.
Good money?
No, let me say, yeah, you got good money.
All right.
And she still has more money than you. You still going with the same rules?
Hell no.
But see, Oprah has life-changing money, so it's different.
I'm not asking you that.
No. Well, so by your scenario, By your scenario, no. But life-changing money comes in, you got to do what you need to do, bro. We got to secure the family. We got to secure the bag. So I'm trying to think generational wealth. Listen, I grew up in poverty, so I'm gonna keep it real with you. I want my grandchildren to have something that came from their loins.
Let me ask y'all one more question. How many partners has Oprah had when she changed their life?
Just Stedman. And Stedman was actually, hold on, wait a minute.
I didn't say how many.
Don't she got a girlfriend too on the side?
Gail.
Yeah, Gail.
Gail, don't let the smooth tell
Gail munch on carpet.
Gail is Gail.
So the only thing I would say is people should look up and see what 50 Cent had to say about Gail and Oprah in that relationship.
Word?
What? You talking about liquor license like a neighborhood bar?
No. This dude literally got 2 dogs. Dude literally got, just show you how petty he is. He got 2 dogs and he named them Gail and Oprah.
Wow.
But what that bank account look like though?
So for me personally, I just go back to like me being someone, I only can speak for myself, is like me being someone who has integrity. Like I would never compromise who I am, for like a dollar amount. And
Praise
so like
God.
if I say I wouldn't mess with Oprah, I wouldn't mess with her, because like at the end of the day, it's just not, I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night. You know what I mean? And I also feel like as a man, like I can be able to secure my own bag. I don't have to, exploit or, try to capitalize off someone else's shine. I'm going to shine on my own because I know what I bring to the table. And so at the end of the day, if I know who I am and what I bring to the table, the money is going to come. So like at the end of the day, and I'll be able to sleep at night knowing that like I stood on business. Standing on business is standing on integrity.
I respect that. Dignity, pride, ego, which we talk about that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing to have a healthy dose of pride and or ego in your back pocket. And for me, that's what resonates with me, what you said. Although I understand it all, if we talking about from the place you coming from, that resonate with me more. So it's not that the homie is wrong, because yeah, I'm with that too, and I'm finna run that gamut. But if we're being honest about who I am at the core, you hit the nail on the head, because when I look in the mirror as a person, as a man, I don't want nobody to be able to throw nothing back in my face, have no, leverage over myself to say that you're in this position because of me. That does not mean that I got there by myself and did not get help. What I'm saying is I do not like to put people in a position to throw something in your face, because human nature is a mother, and most people do that. And it be your closest friends, family members, it be them that do it to you. Remember that time? How convenient now. So No, I don't want Oprah money in that context.
Respectfully, I'ma sleep good at night on 1,000+ sheets of them Italian, Egyptian sheets. Respectfully, I'ma sleep good on vacation. Respectfully, I'ma sleep good when the homies is asking, hey, show, you got ends on it? Yep. Respectfully, my kids is gonna be doing great. Respectfully, I'ma have dignities as well, but I'ma also have this money that I didn't have before. Again, I'm not saying I'm sticking it out with her for the long term. I'm just saying I'm a ride for what it is. Again, it's a certain thing as a fling and a long-term relationship. I'm just enjoying the ride for what it is. And I'm gonna take that ride. Who said the magic carpet, you gotta use it as transportation for everything? No, we just go ride with a ladder for a minute and then we go hop on the camel, whatever we need to do, bro. It's not a long-term thing. Bro, let's just be real. It's a generational gap between her and I. It's gonna be straight mashing on vacation. I'm gonna be her little boy toy in the bedroom, and when she out and about, I ain't gonna act like I'm exist, bro. I'm giving bro, I'm gonna just stay out the way, bro. Listen, listen. Y'all some fools for saying y'all not fucking with Oprah, bro. I'm just keeping it real.
So you know what I get from this? I said Stella, but I don't think that. I think you finna K Feder. You finna be the black Kevin Federline.
Hey, bro, you got to do what you need to do. Because I'm going to tell you this, females do it all the time. As far as they come up, they groom their kids to do that, to get with the rich black man that's great in sports.
All cultures do that.
All cultures do it.
Within our culture.
What I'm just saying is this, though, bro. How often does it happen with us? And I'm saying if you got an opportunity, seize it. At the end of the day, bro, we're about being providers and protectors as men. That's the way to start providing for your family, bro. I'm not saying I'm wifing up Oprah. I'm not saying that's gonna be my chick. I'm just saying, bro, she got the bread. I got the legs to spread open for her and give her something what she want.
I mean, fair exchange ain't no robbery.
Exactly.
I just say at the end of the day, you know, to each his own. You know what I mean? And so for me, I really believe in like the concept of agree to disagree.
Disagree, for sure.
Because at the end of the day, you know, that works for you. It just wouldn't work for me.
I feel it.
Agree to disagree, or could it possibly be two things are right at the same time?
No, it's not. So right then and there, and I love that, you know, Messiah and Viral, they always talk about, you know, there's three sides. You know, there's this person's version, and then there's the truth. Correct. And so both sides can't be right. It's just you have your truth, I have mine. And so, like I said, for me personally, standing on my morals and my integrity, I was just raised to know that, like, I don't need someone to take care of me. Like, I'm a man, I'm going to take care of my own. And whatever I got, it came from God. So I'm going to learn to be content with what I have. Because if I say I'm not happy with what I have, I'm saying that I'm not happy with what God has blessed me with. And one thing I know is that if you are faithful in what he has given you, he's going to bless you plentifully. So that $1 billion, that whatever she's going to give me was probably not even going to be that. But I can get that on my own. Because I understand, like, God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than I could ever even ask of him.
But God's blessed us with women to be helpmates. And what I'm saying is I want to be Oprah helpmate in that manner. So what I'm saying is everything you...
She's a helpmate. Hey, man.
No, I'm helping her. I'm helping her.
I'm God in vain.
I'm helping her.
You're using God in vain, y'all.
Oprah gonna fill this vein if you know what I mean, man.
Hey, man,
What I'm keeping her...
Listen, Ricky Bobby.
The church say amen.
Hey, let the church say amen. Real.
Man, you a whole shyster.
Hey, I'm listening, homie.
Played around.
Hey.
Praise the Lord.
I know,
God,
real talk
the
though.
heavens.
But let me ask y'all this though. No, because you was just dropping gems though. Real talk. I want to ask y'all this though. Does becoming more enlightened makes life easier, or does it become a burden because now you understand of what's really going on in the world?
Can I answer
That's a
that?
big question. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Because I really want to hear Messiah.
So what I've personally been going through, and I talk about this with them in private, I talk about this with my lady, me having a heightened level of awareness now is a great thing because I can see things. But because I see it and I know it for what it is, if I'm not strong enough mentally, it will depress me. It will bring me down because the average person, and I don't think they mean to be, they be on some BS. They're very low vibrational things, people. So I do find myself at times, I'm overwhelmed because of my heightened awareness at this point in life.
That's a good one.
That was a great point. And I say this time and time again, man. We talk about these things, and once you put the glasses on, it's over with. So it's like a gift and a curse because you see everything. You notice all the fake energy. You notice all the subtle signs. You notice when people trying to play games with you, but you always damn near low-key 3 steps ahead, and you see everything for what it is, like what you see with the world going on now. Half the stuff that's out here going on, a lot of us, I don't want to say predicted, had our theories about it, and it just became facts. But some people already knew. So I just think, like, back to what Ryan was saying, it can be exhausting. So you have to really be careful of where you channel and where your intentions and your energy goes. Because you can get around people that you got that good energy or you got that heightened awareness that they just coming around just to drain the shit.
Yeah.
So you got to really be careful, be intentional. But to me, overall, it's a gift and a curse because you see some people that blindly move out here, don't know nothing what's going on. They just in la la land living their life, you know. And
can I speak on that real quick? People that live blissfully in this world, I do have a sense of envious and jealous of them because they have a way of living life without no concerns. And the fact when you become more enlightened, it's like, damn, why are you not prepared? Why are you not? I feel like I'm more frustrated with people who can live without being prepared and going about their day than I can about me not being prepared enough. You dig what I'm saying? I'm more so upset with myself knowing that I'm not prepared enough to make the next move, or I'm still working on something while they're just consciously just living and just going day by day, being drifters, what we talked about. Yeah. They're comfortable being drifters of whatever was going on, whatever happens. They're just living in la la land. And I'm just looking at them like, damn, bro, how can you just be so worry-free about what's really going on in the world? You know what I'm saying? When you start being more enlightened. And I hate that, though. I hate that about that.
It's for me, like, watching a movie is not the same for me versus somebody that maybe not be with a third eye open or anything in that sense. What I mean is, if I watch a movie, I ain't gonna say I'm too invested, but I'm seeing behind the curtain. What's really the messages, this and that. Or I'm noticing all the subtle things when a paid programming ad come on and they keep showing weird stuff on paid programming. Now I'm looking at it like they programming me. Or, you know what I'm saying? So you just catch things instead of looking at it like, oh, this is just a normal commercial. This is just a movie. Like, nah, okay, what they trying to tell me in this damn movie now? What's the signs? Because everything we know, they put it in our face. So it's like a lot of those things, I should say, starts to change how you view everything. Regular conversations, you gonna notice the hints, the heighten, the tone, every single thing. Like you just don't miss, and you be like, God, I see everything, but I see everything. If that makes sense. So you don't really always want to.
They can't run us.
And that can make you delusional sometimes because it can come from people close to you. It can come from people that you do for a long time. You seeing with your eyes, but you don't really want to
accept it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you got to be careful with that.
What about you, brother?
Yeah, so I would just say for me personally, this was a really great question. And so it just really makes me think about not who I am right now today, but the person that I used to be. Because I once was in darkness, and then God pulled me out of that darkness and called me to his light. So when I see people who are still blind, I don't judge them. I love them because who you are, that was me. Like, I'm literally a testimony. And so when I look at it, like, when people see me, so I go back into the prisons. For those that don't know, if you haven't seen episode 224 of The Viral Way and heard my story, I spent 25 years in prison. At the age of 18, I was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. By the grace of God, I am who I am and I am where I am. But I just say that, like, I go back into the prison, I facilitate groups, and I sit there in a circle with these men. And we do something that's called a check-in when you first come in. Hey, man, how you feeling? And I have the same check-in every week. I said, everything is awesome, even when it's not awesome, because I'm awesome. You see what I mean? What that is, that's a mantra. I'm raising the energy in that room. I feel like I have enough presence and enough energy to illuminate any darkness. Yeah. You see what I mean? So when I see someone, and even in these social media streets, man, I swear, I love y'all content, bro. Like, I'm always in the comments, and you see some, even when I don't agree, I was like, I have to respectfully push back. And then you see these people in here, they literally say some of the worst, foul, heinous, cruel things ever. And if you don't have a spiritual foundation in God to say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Absolutely.
You know, it takes a strong man to be able to say that. And to just going about my life. You see me, I'm on the beach, I'm in Beverly Hills, I'm bike shows, eating nice steaks. God say, man, a year ago, I was in a prison cell, you know, oblivious and ignorant to whatever was going on in these social media streets. So whatever you say, and that's another thing, just to understand those spiritual principles, you know, it's not what goes into the man that defiles him, it's what comes out. So I don't judge somebody according to their actions. I judge them according to what I'm hearing them say, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So me, I have to worry about myself and not anyone else, because at the end of the day, I'm going to have to be before my Lord and Savior. I'm going to have to meet my maker, and he's not going to be talking about, you know, what did Messiah, what did anybody say? He's going to say, well, what did you do? You see what I mean? And so that's just how I live my life. But I got love for all and hate for none. Even the people that hate me, you probably in the comments right now, I want you to know that I love you, period. So
like what you was speaking to, you call it checking in. We spoke about that a few days ago. I call it a wellness check. So out here, and I had the misfortune of doing 6 years myself. And I actually gave a sermon about my last 40 days to home. They brought me from Arizona, brought me back to CRC. So one of the Christian brothers came to me and said, "Hey, Rod, you bringing the word tonight or this week?" Thursday is usually when they do Bible study. I was nervous, but I did something on the power of the tongue. So, and I've been recently speaking about respecting our thoughts, respecting our words because they have power. So that resonated with what you said, and I genuinely appreciate that because that made me feel good, and it just solidified what I already believed. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Nah, he dropped that game for sure. That's some game you can take and run with it. But for sure, so within is so without. What means like he said, it starts within. Everything starts from the mind or within the spirit first. And that's why you just see some people so corrupted because they done been through too much. Or they don't know how to channel it. You don't know how to really negotiate it. So you got to be careful how you talk to yourself. And when just understand the things that you putting out for yourself or even other people, you really talking to yourself. That might sound crazy, but that's why they say what goes around come around. So that same energy you didn't put out is just really a mirror for yourself.
Lead the way like Messiah say, bro. So can we segue? I got another one for y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, check this out. Are we all familiar who is Christy Noam is? Okay, she's the chick that was doing those commercials with ICE talking about, hey, if you're an illegal alien, we're gonna come after you. But she just got fired today from Homeland Security.
Word.
I don't know if y'all know. Yeah, she got fired.
I'm not privy to none of this.
So look, check this out. She was trying to do a $20 million commercial by the government, and they end up firing her ass because she said that Donald Trump didn't sign off on it, but she still cashed that $20 million check to do a commercial. Now, I say that to say, now that she's technically fired, do you feel like any illegal aliens are going to be out on a hunt for her due to the fact that she was the face
Absolutely.
of, you get what I'm about to get at?
Absolutely.
And she's like the wanted sign for any illegal alien trying to catch her slipping.
I equate that to a street level type deal. Were you from a hood? I did not take your homie out, but guilty by association. It's up with everybody that's involved with that faction. This one member just put the whole faction. But if you're the one I seen though, I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
So even though everybody will always blame Trump, but we coming for you.
She was the one on Front Street
to put to this now.
She was the one on Front Street basically telling everybody, like, look, if you turn yourself in, we may give you clemency, we may show you leniency if you choose to turn yourself in. If not, we're going to get you anyway. She kind of had like this little cocky, you know how like a little brother's always tough because they know they big brother and they cousins all outside. Like, yeah, we better not catch you slipping. But now big brother and cousin gone, are you going to have that same, exactly. Tupac said, you ain't without your homeboys. Now that she ain't got her homeboys or that backup now with Big Daddy Trump got her back, I don't think she still got that same energy or that same ideology as far as her views on immigration.
She definitely gonna be walking around scarce, looking over her shoulder.
So before I get to that point, I would just have to say for me, I'm very big on words. I'm also a student at Cal State LA, set to graduate in May with my bachelor's in
Praise God, man.
Social justice communication. So I'm very big on words. I'm very big on words. And so for me, I just try to stay away from language that's going to be offensive to people because, you know, my mom used to say, like, it's no point in giving someone a rose once you cut their nose off. You see what I mean?
I got you.
And so for me, the terminology of illegal alien, like, that's just kind of like crazy to me because for number one, you know, nobody is illegal. If that's the case, we're all illegal here on this country. You know what I mean? This is still stolen land, you know, and then to call someone like an alien is just like, just so derogatory for me personally. So I don't use that language. But I would just say as far as Christine Noam, ironically, they come to find out that she actually has indigenous blood in her. Like, so somewhere down her lineage, she's actually native. And so it just shows the one thing I know about politicians, and I don't, you know, attribute myself to be on either side of the aisle personally, but I look at it as that, like, it's all about power and prestige. And once you will do anything to get that power and prestige. So if Trump, you know, is sitting here and he's a clown and he's running a circus and I want that same kind of power, guess what? I'm gonna put on a red nose and some face paint. I'm gonna be right there with him because I want that same kind of power. And so now to answer that question that, like, now she doesn't have that backing from Trump anymore, is she still going to have that same energy? Probably not. Because at the end of the day, we know that was not inside of her heart. Exactly. What was inside of her heart was that power and that prestige. And this is why, like I said, and I'm critical on both sides of the aisle. Because one thing I know is a hypocrite when I see it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, we also know that, like, as we study history, you know, there's a such thing as like putting out some kind of illusion. So if Trump says, okay, well, this is low-hanging fruit. You guys can take Christine on, but we're going to get away from these Epstein files, and we're going to get away from this war in Iran. We're going to get away from all this other stuff so we can get the American people to talk about Christine Nome, who Trump doesn't even really care about. You see what I mean?
Even to all those points, and I agree with, and this is why, like, I never really, I mean, it's good to bring awareness for sure, but I never really cared to have discussions about the political stuff because, and this could sound crazy for whoever listening and all that, because people ain't finna do nothing. Like, we watching what's going on, like we said, we expected them to do something, and we're living in a cold time right now where PDFs is running the world without a problem, and they're more than PDFs. And then it's crazy because people are surprised about this behavior. Everybody's surprised about this behavior except black people, though. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the same type of stuff that was going with our ancestors. Everybody else just thought they was exempt. Cutting the babies out, fucking over the kids, and you out here taking advantage of these women. Y'all shipping kids up out of here. So it's like we in a different state right now. And then I just seen that the House votes 357 to 65 to block release of congressional sexual misconduct and harassment reports. So it wasn't even close. And why are they even voting on this? And this is what I get at. They only put the information they want us to have. They're not just giving up information on themselves. And the dude called it. They rather go to war than go to jail behind being PDF files. Let you know how much what you mean. And then Trump just came out and said, I told y'all some people was gonna die. Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Like, basically, he coming out talking about with the war, so they don't give a fuck. They got their underground bunkers already. Of course, yeah. They got their underground bunkers. They already got them for all the rich people got them. Yeah. So it's just like these movies and these things is playing out. It's even getting to the point where they're trying to low-key, and this might sound far-fetched, but play out the things in the Bible. It's like to the point where they say they didn't rewrote the Bible, so are they writing their own script out, trying to make it seem like, so people gonna be like,
fortune telling?
Yeah, so this is what's going on. In the end of times, this was.
That's how I kept referring to the end of days.
But the end of days, is it part of their script at this point now? Because everything that's been in the Bible been happening the same way they use the Simpsons as a
telling the future. Yeah,
a fortune telling. Well, these people are the ones who these are the ones who created the Simpsons. Like. So it's just, people got to really take a look in the mirror at this point, because the power is in the people if we want to take it.
It is.
But that's the only way it's going to happen. Everything else, y'all crying. I see people talking about, let's vote for this, that shit is not working.
It's funny you say vote with that, because I was going to say everybody that was pushing Donald Trump when he was going against Kamala, everything that he said he wasn't going to do, he's doing the complete opposite. Gas is definitely, like, I don't know if y'all know, in California, gas just went up 11 cents from yesterday.
And gas been high.
Gas already been high, but now it's predicted at least good over $5.
That's fine.
Groceries about to be high.
That's fine.
Jobs are all-time low. What I'm saying is everything that he said Trump was going to make better was going to have. We feel like we're going to have more money in our pocket. Now it's going to be a lawsuit with the tariffs going on. It's a lawsuit now with the tariffs return with big companies and things like that. What I'm saying is everything that he said he was going to do to make better has not happened.
Well, that's your typical politician.
No, it is. But what I'm saying, it was a whole bunch of, I'm going to be real, it was a whole bunch of blacks saying this was going to happen when we vote for Trump.
Correct.
What I'm saying is Trump is not going to save us. No politician is going to save us. The only people that's going to save us is who? Us. And we have to start with us and the black flag, what we've been talking about on this podcast, bro. Again, us as black men, it starts with, we are the youth, we are the strong. I'm talking about us right now. Us as men, we have to start with us. Again, putting the money back in our own communities. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, my bad, short. I was going to say this. I just wanted to say to one point, I think it's bigger than just black people.
Well, I'm speaking with us because we're our black men. That's the only thing we can start with.
Yeah, but I just think in general, as people, as a nation at this point, have to be waking up and realizing what it is. It's not black, white, orange, pink, red, or blue versus nigga. It's us humans, nigga, versus the motherfucking reptilians, the aliens, and everything, all the elites, nigga. All these people soul changing and shit, nigga. Like, that shit is wild. Y'all thought Orlando Brown was crazy, nigga. They really have all these in the files saying they can experiment and do this stuff. Like, to where they can change you, nigga. So that means they can take your consciousness, nigga, and put it in another body or whatever. Then a lot of these people walking around are soulless. That's why you think so many people that don't have, they created some people, believe it or not. The people that don't have the voices in their head, you know, it's people that walk around that. Then 50% of the population can't read without reading out loud. What I mean is they don't.
Oh yeah, they don't have the voice in their head. Yeah, I heard that before.
So people just walking around, you know what I'm saying? So what does that tell you?
So that person who probably did that create audiobooks because they probably didn't have a voice in their head. They needed something.
Hey, wait a minute. How did the audiobooks catch a stray?
No, I mean,
Don't do me like that, player. I mean,
ain't no voice in there.
Hey, we gotta get this nigga test.
Nigga, hey, why you think some of them kids was throwing tantrums during silent reading in elementary? Niggas can't silent read, nigga. They have to lose it, nigga.
Wait a minute.
I don't hear nothing.
Silent reading, nigga. I'm the nigga out there, ADHD out the game. That's what they diagnose you with, nigga.
But actually, reading silently, I found that when I do read silently, I actually consume more content faster when I do read silent opposed to reading out loud. I think when you read out loud, and usually when you read out loud, it's usually in group settings. Popcorn, that's what they call it.
Yeah, popcorn reading. You pick on the one who couldn't read.
I was just finna get there because and it's like, hey, the teacher always picked the nigga that can't read. And you know they can't read because they and it's like, you really not clowning them. And I hate that the teacher did that because when a person's embarrassed, they make jokes, they laugh. And I just be like, man, this is dragging on.
So why do you think they do that?
I think there's a component of, hey, you got to get out there and do it. And then usually, I left out the part, usually the kid that can't read is usually one of the more disruptive kids in the class. So it's kind of like, since you want to play, here you go.
So you know, this whole time this conversation is being brought up, you know, the first thing when I think about Kamala, I can't disregard her time here in the state of California as a district attorney in San Francisco that had the #1 conviction rate in the state of California. Then I can't disregard her time as the Attorney General of California. And with mass incarceration, remember the documentary 13th and all this stuff people started to become aware about mass incarceration and how it's modern day slavery. And you still didn't do anything to overturn that. So people were I'm still, you know, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else but myself. I'm offended, you know, that she got up here and tried to run for president, and not once did she address the fact her name is in my paperwork on my appeal. Denied, Kamala Harris, for the people of California. But I go back to the people who, I would just go back to the people that are in prison and think about their childhood, because trauma is real. And for me, I used to stutter all the way into my late 20s. When I used to be in elementary school, the teacher used to pick on me. Hey, Brandon, read this. And all the kids start laughing. Now I'll punch somebody in the mouth. You see what I mean? So I felt that taught me that violence was a solution to any problem that I had. And so now when I'm 13, I joined the gang. Now I'm violent, criminal, all this stuff. But that shit started in my childhood. That's why I say teachers, you guys are important, man. Treat our kids with dignity and respect, man.
Absolutely. I agree to that.
My nigga just went deep.
Hey,
in other words, fuck Kamala.
oh God, man, that's what we telling niggas.
That's really what's going on. And that's crazy that you said that, because I done told her she done locked up and did the same thing with a lot of my homies and stuff like that. Like, people think everything is something. So all of them, they all in the same boat. But I didn't look at that like to get back to y'all point about the reading thing. It's like, damn, now do I follow up now that he just said he was affected by that? But I just thought, you need to learn how to read. That's how I looked at it. Like, if they call on a nigga we know he can't read, it's like, nigga, the only way you gonna be able to read is to start reading. The only way you gonna get over certain things. Like, I didn't really care. I never volunteered and shit, but I never cared when they called me because I knew I could read. Like, you know, so it didn't really bother me, but it did bother me because I didn't want to read, but I didn't care. I just speed through my little paragraph and I'm cool. Like,
so I think that actually, let's get to the root cause. I agree with everything we've all said. Like you said, when you gave your perspective, I like, damn, okay.
Right, that's
yeah. I'm not going to tell you that, like, that's your experience. And as a person who is aware and elects to feel, I felt that and I'm like, damn, that would make me feel messed up too. So, that being said, the teacher could be wrong, but I'm going to tell you who's the wrongest, if that's a word, who's more wrong. The people at home, the parents. That shows what's not happening in that home. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yep.
These teachers are here A lot of people use teachers as the
Scapegoat.
beginning and the end. No, they're here to help assist. Ultimately, at home is where you get your values, your education, and things as such. If you don't do nothing at home, then hey, what are you gonna do?
Can I pick? Hold on, real quick. Let me just pick back. And only reason, and I say the same thing. One, we need more male teachers in there because again, when there's more female teachers, they're empathetic, but they don't understand the testosterone of young black men, especially young men. Let me say that. Then young black men that adds another layer to it. But I'm gonna say this: it does start at home. Absolutely. Honor, respect, all that stuff starts at home. And so the support system comes when you come home. Hey, did you do your homework? Not just say do your homework. Did you physically check as a parent to see if your child did their homework? Is it done correctly? Do they have an understanding? Not just looking at the back, because we all know with math books, the odd answers was in the back of the book. You just guessed on the even. Make sure your children have an understanding. So it does start at home.
The cheat code.
The cheat code. It starts at home. So you need to have that balance of family value at home with a parent or an active guardian that's there to help support the child as long as the teacher is there on the same page as the parent. My bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off with that. But it does start at home. We can't blame all as the school teachers.
And that point both of you guys made, it is definitely valid. It starts at home. But what happens when there's trauma at home? To me, I'm looking at the babies. And so for me, like I said, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 81.
85.
So I look at there was something called, it takes a village to raise a child. So when we talk about being trauma informed, if I'm a teacher and I see little Brandon over here, cracking jokes or something, and he's stuttering and he's fighting other kids, I'm not going to sit here and punish him and say you're suspended or you're expelled from school. No, I'm going to go out of my way to try to mentor him, to try to counsel him. And then right now, today, the school system is way worse than it was when we were kids.
I was going to say.
And so now, when you talk about it starts at home, no, it starts at the school because the schools, and for me personally, if I had kids, my kids are going to be homeschooled. I don't want nothing to do with the school system because once you send your kid to school, the school owns your child. If there's a school shooting, guess what happens? The parent, you can't run into the school. No, it's going to be barricaded, anything, And so it's like when our kids are in school, literally the school owns the kids.
So B, let me come back. Let me just say what you just said. I was going to say one thing. You said if the household has trauma, that's the extreme. What I'm saying is you speaking from a male's perspective. I just said we need more male teachers. So you just saw that little Brandon was troubled. As a man, you would be like, you know what? Let me help this little boy out. After school, hey, bro, you need a ride home? Are you into any sports? Or let me not say sports. I don't want to see stereotypical to a black kid. Hey, man, you got any extracurricular activities you need? You can offer tutor, anything like that. What I'm saying is it takes a man to raise a boy. What I'm saying, when it comes to these women, typically they're white women in schools. They don't have that same empathy when it comes to black children, bro. Especially young black male, because there is a discord as far as cultural exchange. What I'm saying, she may not see the trauma that you're bearing at 8, 9 years old that you have to carry. Remember you had a homie that said he been stressed since he was 6 years old? That lady probably don't see that was in you. You dig what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. That's why we need more male teachers, preferably black male teachers, to see that because they can see the trouble in a young black male.
I'm going to say this, though. I learned how to read in elementary school. At school, it was, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't hard. It became simple once you learn. I think the basic fundamentals, at the least, you should be learning in school.
Correct.
Now, of course, your parents should be doing the extra work, especially nowadays with the school curriculum. Probably haven't changed since the damn 70s.
No, it's changed.
Oh, no, it's changed.
They got this thing called core math.
I'm trying to do math the other day.
I'm just saying, as far as the overall structure of how they want you to be, school is just made for you to be a slave in your adult life.
An employee, yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They never want you to be, like I say, a free thinker or anything like that. But the only thing I think at those ages, by middle school, you should have learned how to read in elementary. And by then, it's still a lot of troubled kids, and not just even troubled kids that just can't read. I know people right now, grown as hell, that can't read, can't even write, like illiterate, remedial, everything else. So I think the school should teach you a lot of that stuff, and your parents should do the extra molding maybe, I think maybe once middle school come. Not saying far as taking more time out, because you do need to teach kids what you want them to know, because they definitely not going to teach you everything that they need to know.
Definitely. Oh, we got
He's back.
It's Skin 30. What time we was supposed to be here? And he came, left, called, so he went to go get a lunch break and everything. Oh, first time on the viral way.
Did he get those wings?
Did you get
you know what I'm saying?
Did you get them wings from me?
Got a barbecue stain on his white t-shirt, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, we was just talking about, Viral, we was basically talking about prevalent in like education system and things like that. So we went down a rabbit hole of basically like reading fundamentals. And at an age, should you know how to read? And my boy B was saying, like, what if you have a troubled childhood? You know what I'm saying? Does that matters? And Messiah's like, bro, reading was easy for me. So your take on it, do you feel like the household has a part to do it, or is it all on the teacher that a child?
They started with the key on the reading class.
The popcorn, reading popcorn. But we were saying that it starts at home for you at least to know the basic and the teach and your parents to reiterate that, not all on the teacher. Do you feel like it's all on the teacher? Or do you feel like the parents should have more onus because that is your child once you go home and that is your child for life?
I mean, the popular thing to say is it's on the parents, but honestly, my parents didn't read to me and I always knew how to read. They did a popcorn game. I was the first one to raise my hand just to show that I could read because I knew niggas couldn't read and I wanted to popcorn the nigga that couldn't read.
So what did we just say?
So
we said.
Hey, so I was that nigga.
Talked about.
Yeah, I was that
teacher. That's why we glad you're not teaching right now.
Yeah,
How did that affect? Because he had a scammer growing up. He's stubborn.
He said it didn't really bother me if they called.
That talking to, oh yeah, well it didn't bother me at all. I know some kids that couldn't read and they stuttering and they was shook and you feel me was trying to put their head down, but I was always, man, let me get it out the way first because I knew I could read, but it didn't come from my parents reading to me. Moms didn't read to me. Pops damn sure didn't read to me. I just was always into reading myself.
So you were at like, let's say what, the age of 3, 4 when you start reading?
And I don't know exactly what age I started.
So what I'm saying, no, you said, no, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying, because my thing is this.
You ain't reading out no goddamn 3 or 4. You fuck around you. Yeah, this nigga.
Hey, because I'm saying, no, time out. I want to say, because so Viral was basically saying he was walking to the library at 3, 4 years old, picking out his favorite Dr. Seuss book and just started reading. That's what you was doing?
Nah, but
since your parents didn't read to you, like, how did you get into reading at an early age?
I paid attention in class. I understood. My brain calculated on what the teacher was saying. So I was real good at comprehending what.
And I can attest to that because, because nigga, like I said, I knew how to read, nigga, and I learned at school, like I said. Other than that, our mama didn't read to us. Like, that was it. We learned everything down there on our own when it comes to that type of basic.
It had to be something that captivated you to read. What I'm saying is, typical inner city black kids, especially being from Long Beach, y'all not about to go and just go pick out a book, bro. What I'm saying is how y'all grew up, for what y'all explained.
We just talked about on here about how we was mad we couldn't get books when they used to come to the book drive and you know, some people got the stuff. It wasn't Go ahead.
Go ahead, my bad.
I was gonna say it wasn't captivating. It's like once I started reading and learned how to read, I enjoyed reading.
But what I'm saying is,
but I already
you see how rare that sounds, though, Brandon. You see how rare that sounds? Most inner city black kids don't like to pick up and read a book.
That's not true, bro. This the thing. LA and Long Beach is totally different, bro. Long Beach at one time was like the second most diverse city in the world. So we go to school with white kids. We go to school with Asian kids. Their IQs are super high. We go to school with Cambodians.
So by osmosis,
it was different than LA and Compton, where the school system didn't care. Like I can attest to
One more thing.
Like I can attest to niggas like me and Rod. Moms was trying to send us around the white schools because I met this nigga in Lakewood. So at an early age, mom's was going to Long Beach City College. I'm getting on the bus with her. I'm going to Mark Twain. I'm going to what's the damn Bancroft. I went to Lakewood. So I went to school with white kids, black kids. So I never was a dumb nigga. It wasn't like LA where it's all black and niggas is like, I don't want to read.
God,
and not even just that.
LA don't want to read. It's just a stereotype.
And not even just that. What I'm saying is learning. You should have paid attention. That's all it was. Who doing basic things, nigga? You have to learn cursive. You have to learn how to write. What I'm saying is the basic fundamentals. Doing the math problems when they have the math test and you have to do the three lines.
The
nigga, I was
Scantron?
speeding and doing that. Like just in elementary, I had a good sight to understand things. And once I learned how to read, like I said, I went away from that and I didn't get back to it until I got older. But reading was never a problem for me. So how'd you learn? No, sure. How did you learn how to read?
All right, so no, real talk. Real talk. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I I really wasn't an avid reader until like maybe the fifth. I want to say fifth grade.
You call on me?
No, I would read. No, real talk. I would read. No, I'm gonna keep it G with you. You know why I had to read? Real talk, because my mom used to take me to Sunday school, so I did have to read in Sunday school. So I learned how to read the Bible at an early age. What I did not like about reading is because one of my first books I had to read was the Bible. So again, my comprehension was very.
They have a great mass amount of words in there.
Listen, you gotta realize I'm 6, 7 years old yelling ye, thou, shall, things like that. So that had the King James. So what I'm saying, for me, reading was not fun. That was for me at that time. Now,
like, what's desolate?
Exactly. So now what was fun, because in the book of Exodus, when they were talking about all the animals, they said ass. I was like, oh my God, there's cuss words in the Bible. I found that amusing. Again, but we're digressing.
A whole donkey.
What I'm talking exactly. But what I'm saying is, I'll give him credit. His name was Mr. Pace at Manhattan Elementary, right there behind Jesse Owens Park. I'll never forget. He was a real black activist. He used to come to school in his dashiki with the hat. And when I say he actually started reading Black history books to us when it wasn't Black history, I'm talking about every month we were learning about everything, and that's what made me fall in love with reading, because I was reading about people who looked just like me that was doing immaculate things. I was learning about Elijah Muhammad and things that wasn't in the curriculum. He was teaching us things like that about how he had a whole blueprint and built so I was like, oh my God, we come from greatness. So that's how I got into reading, was reading actually biographies about Black men. So for me, I was big on biographies from the 5th grade on.
I got a question.
This nigga was reading Black history in elementary, cuz he was winning. That's better. I didn't get no Black history.
But it's different.
Us reading Goosebumps and shit.
I was just gonna say the fairs you talked about. I was gonna say, man, nigga was goosebumped out the game.
Nah, but real talk, that's what he reading. But he put me up, and like not even that though. I remember watching the movie Roots in the 5th grade, the whole series, and that's what made, because I'm like, oh, that's old dude from Cool the Kid that was reading Rainbow. Let's be real. I grew up in the 80s, so I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't see the movie Roots until my teacher put us on, and that's when I sat there and watched, like, oh my God, and that's what made me start getting into Alex Haley and all that type of things.
Like that.
So real quick, I just want to just sum it up to where what I got from Messiah and also from Viral. The answer to the original question is it's on the schools, and I would say it's like, for me, shout out to Miss Stevens, Hollingsworth Elementary in West Covina. She was actually the first teacher that actually took time with me after school and actually like tutored me, and so. I would just say is like when the difference between a private school and public school is, I remember my favorite topic when I was in school was current events.
Okay, yeah, with the newspaper
popped up there and stuff. And so at the time we had Desert Storm, and so they would show all these images, and then the first thing like the teacher would say is, so, well, how do you feel about this? Oh, it's so sad and all that stuff. But if you go to a private school, they're going to show kids the same thing, and they're going to ask them the question, so what do you think about this? And so when you ask somebody just that question right there, it changes everything, because now you're teaching children how to think, to be free thinkers.
Correct.
Instead of just going along with the curriculum.
So I'm a firm believer of thinking. I always express what I think, what I believe. When people talk to me, and I think some people do it habitually, but again, words have power, our thoughts have power. So it burns me to the core when somebody tells me I feel like, because I want to be like, hey, on some real stuff, hey man, go start with that bitch ass shit. But out of respect, respectfully, I don't really want to hear about how you feel. I would like to know what you think, what you believe. Because feelings, it varies. We talked about that weeks ago. We talked about motivation and things like that. What do you think? What do you believe? And I never heard anyone present it in that matter, particularly with kids. But that's been my thought process. The worst thing you could ever tell me is how you feel. Don't tell me how you feel, because I'm going to walk away from you.
I think Black people use feel and think interchangeably. But I know what you're saying, though. Like when they be like, man, I feel like this. You're really saying, this is what I think. It's just part of the culture with Black people. But how did y'all even get on this topic?
So we were talking about schools, and we were talking about influence of reading and things like that. And that's how we kind of carried on to, is it on the onus of the teacher? Is it onus on the parent? And we were talking about, I was saying need to be more Black teachers in there. And we just kind of went on falling in love with reading and things like that. Now we didn't kind of rip it down.
Now remember he started with, I think you started with asking about the Enlightenment stuff.
Oh yeah, let me ask you this. This is the original question where we start off with.
We talked about it
mics too, because I went and I got the mic, but apparently it didn't come with the cord, so I just did some blooper shit.
So look,
so since y'all two got a mobile mic, y'all can split, and then I'm gonna give
I got
you.
you. So look, this is the question right here though, Viral. Does becoming more enlightened makes life easier, or does it come with a burden since you have so much understanding now?
Becoming enlightened makes life almost like tormented.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why they say ignorance is bliss, because as soon as you wake up and now you can see through the fog, majority of the world is sheep. Get that understood. So imagine you walking through and you can see the world as it is and everybody else is still seeing the smoke screens. And you try to have just a basic conversation with somebody, you're going to be labeled crazy, which is what most people are. So most people, what? They suppress it.
Or intense.
They suppress the information that they know. And then not only do you suppress it to now fit in with society, now you got to go through the hoops of the small talk of, hey, did you see the game yesterday? Or, the constant complaining and bickering, just to even fit in, like, let's say at your job. Because you don't want to be outcasted as that radical person, because they're going to what? They're going to X you out.
Yeah.
So really being enlightened is a gift and a curse. I mean, it's a gift because now you got the knowledge of what's actually going on, but it's a curse because now you got the knowledge of what's going on. And you want to do something about it.
But it's only
But
you.
you can't.
It's like you powerless because
It's
one
only
person
you.
can't do it.
It changes.
Like I know you just saw the footage of the Marine when he went down
Yeah.
To the courthouse,
to
right?
the courthouse, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't want to die for Israel. We don't want to fight for Israel." They ganged up on him, dragged him out, broke his arm. You seen a room full of
The
men and
senator
women.
broke his hand, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
senator and the police, and they treated him like he was just a bum off the street. But that's literally what it is. That's what it feels like to be that one enlightened person in the room. It's like, I want to take action. The sheep, they gonna sit back and watch, and you gonna be X'd out.
Let me ask you this question then. Let me ask you, because it kind of follow up with this. Is becoming wealthy more of a mindset or an opportunity?
Both. You can have all the mindset in the world, but if them doors don't get open for you, or you don't stumble across them doors and them opportunities, it's useless.
And that's why I was telling them, because that's why I'm going to knock down Oprah Winfrey since she lost all that weight. No, that's what, you proving my point. You proving my point.
to justify it.
Hey, I'm just saying, because look, if we don't have the opportunity there, how we go get in?
Bro, Oprah, she got that new rapid Ozempic.
But man,
she look crazy. She look crazy. But even without the mindset, you won't even necessarily attract the opportunity, or without the mindset, you won't even see the opportunity. You won't even better seize it if you ain't got the mindset, because you gonna be back, like what he said, too clouded. You gonna be blocking your own opportunity. So I think you need that first. You need the mindset.
Why nobody saying Oprah a clone? They were saying Jim Carrey. Nobody said Oprah was a clone.
That was the reason I brought it up. I was going to say that's no longer Oprah, because they already been trying to get her with the files now. They bringing up old reports on her. They talking about what happened to all them kids in Africa you went and fucked with that disappeared. So now she coming out. She's skinny as hell. Like I said, she was walking around on big head mode right now. Everybody who Tweety Bird.
Hey, what's the alien from American Dad? That's what she looked like.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
The long ass head.
And this ain't just Oprah. This ain't just Oprah. This everybody when they get off those Ozempic. But Short said, according to him, she's supposed to do that shit. But she a billionaire.
She a billionaire, bro. She's
Why?
supposed
She
to
hire the best trainers.
That's
the best,
all I'm saying.
The best
No,
dietitians.
when you're a
get off Ozempic.
viral. When you're a
Your bone
billionaire,
marrow ate away.
when
You
you're,
get the best chefs in the
it
world.
don't matter. When you're a billionaire, you don't.
have your food shipped. Look, I know for a fact, this was when I was in my senior year in high school, man, just a chick that lived right off of Delano, her family used to get their groceries imported from a whole nother country. They're not billionaires.
So let me ask you this. So she's a billionaire. She wants the now mentality now. I'm a billionaire. I want it now. I want it now. She doesn't have patience, bro. When you have that type of money, you don't wait in line. You don't wait for nothing.
nothing to do
So
with
she
the-
wants the body. She's getting it now. Ozempics or whatever she's taking is the fastest result.
So she's weak. She mentally weak is what you're saying.
You said what?
Surgery is the fastest. Surgery is the fastest. That Ozempic shit. Like I told y'all, mark my words. Watch it. Y'all don't know the effects of something. They just give y'all medicine and y'all be so quick to jump on it or whatever it is.
So it's
Half the shit got side effects. That's probably you know how the infomercials they read and tell you how good it is.
Man,
at the end,
they
like,
be them-
the nigga go crazy at the end. Like this might cause cancer. Like
Diarrhea, indigestion, nausea.
They ain't telling you that with those Ozempic.
so success is determined by discipline or is it deserved by privilege? So,
Discipline.
So we're talking about this. So she's a billionaire. So is her success based off the discipline or the privilege then? Since she has them.
The discipline gets you to the success. Now, as Varo spoke to earlier, you can know everything, you can have the discipline, but if those doors are not opened, it's still an opportunity. You got to be in the right place at the right time, whether you have the knowledge or not. So, but in hindsight, if you want to be successful, discipline has to be, because you have to be willing to make the sacrifices where people aren't. So in context of what we're talking about, she's not willing to make the sacrifices, and you got the money to help you to do it, not having to cheat and or take a drug. She's influential. If Oprah told you to read a book, you read the book. If Oprah is so influential, when she told people not to eat beef, they tried to sue her. The beef company, farmers, beef people tried to sue her. She's influential. So if you're taking Ozempic and we're clearly stating that that's not good to do, is unhealthy, people that follow her are going to do it as well. Now, you got your own personal thing. You need to be responsible for yourself, but we just had this discussion. People are sheep.
So for me, you know, it just goes back to when I think about success, it looks different for different people. So to me, you can't determine if I'm successful or not. Only I can. So if I set my mind to do something and I accomplish that, I'm successful. In fact, my name on Instagram is b.successful81 because to me, I'm successful. When I was sitting in that prison cell with 25 to life and I said, with life without possibility of parole, and I said that I'm going to come home, I'm going to do this. Me just getting out of prison makes me successful. You see what I mean? And so everything I do afterwards, that's just icing on the cake. Now, it's definitely discipline because for me, it goes back to the original conversation we had when it came to Oprah and I talked about having integrity, me knowing who I am, me knowing what I bring to the table. So at the end of the day, if I know I have something to bring to the table, eventually I'm going to get an invite to that table. Correct. You see what I mean? As opposed to me being invited to the table and I have nothing to bring, nothing to offer, then what am I here for? You see what I mean? You're going to get kicked right back out that door. And so I said, at the end of the day, is that you, whoever you are listening, watching out there right now, stay on your grind, master your craft, because eventually the door is going to open up for you. And when that door opens up, one thing I believe in that, and I'll just share this, is that opportunity knocks for everyone, but it waits on no one. So
Absolutely.
Once that opportunity knocks, you got to be ready to go. You see what I mean? Because you're not going to get that
strike
chance
while it's
again.
hot.
Let me ask you a question. When we say opportunity knocks on the door, when you had that in that jail cell, did you ever think about leaning on temptation? Because temptation comes faster than opportunity. So how many times did you have to battle within yourself to not resist the temptation and then wait on that opportunity? Because 25 to life is a long time to have somebody understand that. Yeah. So how many times did you have to turn down that temptation instead of waiting on that opportunity?
So I will promise you, man, that man that's right there behind the scene, man, that's my BFF, man, John. And so he knows my struggle. And so, like I said, you have to come to a place where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so it's like, once you believe in yourself, that's why I talk about, like, I don't need anybody to believe in me. I believe in myself. And once I got to that point, nobody could tell me nothing different. And so for me, like my addiction, and we talked about it a little bit last time I was here, was like the cell phones. For, you know, the brothers and sisters who are in prison making these videos and all that stuff, bro, stop it, because that's going to keep you in prison. And so for me, my last 3.5 years I was in prison, I didn't even touch a phone, because in my mind, I knew that if I get caught with this thing, it's going to keep me in prison longer than I'm supposed to. And so for those reasons, I'm out. And it took a lot of discipline in order to say, hey, I'm not touching the phone, because for so long, me having a phone, that was my escape from being in prison. And so that's why I talk about it's like you have to condition yourself, and discipline. The root of it is repetition. You know, you are what you repetitively do. So if I continue to do something, guess what? I am successful. Like if anybody else that follows me on Instagram, they know Monday Run Day. I don't run 7 days a week. I run one. But I know every Monday night, I'm going to be there running laps consistently. And so if you do anything consistently, whether it's big or small, you're developing good habits. You see what I mean? And then also other people, when they see it, because somebody's always watching. We talked about, Pac said, niggas gonna hate you for whatever you do, but also know that somebody's watching you always.
Every time.
And when they watch you, you want them to see you doing something productive repeatedly, constantly.
Prime example of people watching you, just look at your stories. They're watching you. They may not even say nothing, but they definitely gonna watch. Some people elect to say something. Ironically, I literally just verbatim said this to think, man, you were talking about that yesterday, man. Somebody always watching. Is somebody watching you watch? So I gave the example, you're in a building, club environment, something of that nature. Or maybe when we were at the marathon, everybody but it's always a couple, one or two that's standing back. They sober, everything, they just attentive. They're watching the scenery and they're on point. Gotta understand, there's somebody on point watching you be on point. So, hey, be on your P's, know what you're doing, know what you're projecting to the world, because that's how people are going to approach you. What you put out there is how people are going to get back at you.
Listen, prime example of somebody watching is the man behind the camera. I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say what company he worked for. But bro hit me from a fucking burner account. Bro hit me from a fucking burner account. And when he said the company he worked for, I'm like, somebody trolling, man. This nigga cap. But you know, it's one of the things like, man, let me just see if he for real. And the nigga turned out to be a real person. And that's how we got bro in the building through that connection. So it's somebody always watching, even when you think nobody is watching. I don't care if you got one view. That one view could be somebody that's high up. Ask the people who made J. Cole album and countless rappers album, and they only had one view on YouTube, but they heard him, was like, oh no, I need that. Got signed. It's people that got signed off of one video, first YouTube video, boom, signed. Well, he started YouTube, so yeah, he was one of the first for real. But look, y'all in here on some super positive shit. I like that, but you know, negativity spread a little faster.
Here we go. And it couldn't wait. Look, he couldn't wait.
Hey, did y'all already talk about the 50 and T.I. stuff?
No.
We got to get into that because
We was waiting on you, bro. That's why we was.
I'm seeing a lot of people change their tune now that 50 responded musically. Now, they call me and bro 50 Glazers, and 50 just pulled the ultimate chess moves. Not only did he respond, he responded on the official theme song to the new Power series. The new Power series, he threw a shot at T.I. and Tiny in there, and it was absolutely hilarious to me because it had nothing to do with the show. It had nothing to do with the song. I felt like so ain't even in Atlanta.
Nah, but he for sure playing chess, not checkers. And it's the fact that he put it on the BMF thing, so for weeks people are going to be hearing that,
singing it,
you know. And not
people.
only that, but he took a shot at all of them. But he really was talking to King, because he's like, you don't even know about your mama, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
so,
this is on the cusp of him about to drop that documentary on them. So now the theme song is gonna be running in your head about how they was eating all these so-called bitches that they was sex trafficking allegedly.
Right.
But again, like he said, it's gonna be the #1 show. So millions of people is gonna hear this song every single Sunday.
Hey,
T.I. shit is dead right
I'm
now.
just gonna say it's a theme song. We all kick it Saturday night. You laid up with your chick, bro. Listen, I know I got everything on the line. Trying to say, and where she been, where she been, like we know all.
And that's all I'm saying.
Like, what I'm saying is this, bro. You're gonna be randomly in the gym, and next thing you know, that's.
damn.
I'm telling you, literally, that was a great chess move, bro. And literally, he's programming because, again, we all tune into all the power shows. Yeah. So that part of it, if he keeps it in there, we're going to be singing it subconsciously.
That's in there. That's like
subconsciously, bro. People around T.I. are going to be singing it and don't realize that they dissing the homie about what he said. Man, go ahead.
So for me, also, man, shout out to Reckless. Because like I said, I'm in the social media streets. I jump in all the comments and stuff, and they were debating, T.I., and they're winning the war and all this and that. I said, man, listen, man, first and foremost, 50 is not interested in rapping. This dude, this is not a rap battle. This dude is a troll, and he's like the king troll. And I said, wow, you know, it's cute. They think that, you know, that T.I. and them is winning the allegedly battle. I said, but 50 Cent is not going to lose that war. And then now you see right now, because everybody in the world is going to watch Power. I can't wait for it to come out.
So,
and so for that to be the theme song, and then also the documentary's coming. And I know that he's still even working up a whole lot more stuff, because it's a lot of skeletons in T.I.'s closet, you know, we could actually talk about, you know, the allegations and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And you know 50, he finna lean into that.
So 50 being who he is, being smart, yeah, he's going to capitalize. The way you have to deal with someone like him is like you deal with anything. You cannot give that type of shit energy. You cannot misquote silence. And so the problem with people is, especially being in hip hop, because we debated about this for weeks, about, hey man, it's hip hop. You got to catch the fade. And that's what the problem is. He's smart enough to know, listen, I'm going to say some shit about you, but you got to respond or you're going to look, it's a win-win. With that being said, the more you put into that, he's gonna use that to promote my business. He's gonna always win. So I'd rather, hey man, I'll let people think what they want about me. Just don't say nothing, because you know what this is about. Otherwise, you gotta be as smart as him, and do what I keep reiterating to that. him and Kanye did. Hey, everybody won in that, no matter who really sold more records. So if you're not gonna be as smart as him and find out a way to maximize this to your benefit, you're gonna constantly be trolled and look bad in front of the world.
Everybody that has something to say about me and bro and our takes on 50, I don't want to hear shit else. I don't want to hear y'all complaining.
Facts, grand opening, grand closing.
Exactly. He responded in more than in the way y'all wanted, and y'all still not happy about his response because nigga gonna say that shit was trash. And I'm not gonna lie, Damani made another diss track. It was hot garbage to me.
Man.
Hot garbage. It was trash. He tried to revert some I smell pussy, but it's like, bro, I cannot take nothing he's saying serious. And then if y'all want to take it to something, because y'all saying he need to respond and all this, all the back and forth, nigga, they need to just box, nigga. Why y'all ain't asking for one of them verses, nigga? Why y'all ain't asking for a celebrity boxing?
They know why. They know why.
But they popping all this hot shit. Go do that. Go set that up.
Hey, look, this is what they don't understand. Hell no. Mayweather trying to get a bag off these 2 fights he got coming up. I heard
nobody
they
asked
saying
for
they owe
the
a lot of people money.
Pacquiao and the Tyson fight, which nobody asked
People
for.
still gonna watch.
Hey, but look, this is the thing about 50 though. People don't know 50 got that Machiavellian mindset where he don't care about being liked and loved. He's more focused on being feared and respected. See, most people will try to be liked and loved. See, the problem with that is you're liked and loved until you do something that somebody doesn't like. Soon as you say no to somebody, that like and love start to fade. But guess what? That fear and respect, that stays. Even your enemy can hate your guts, but still, hey, I respect him. He get busy. And you 48 laws of power. So when y'all worried about, oh, T.I., the family man, we love him. Soon as T.I. make a move you don't like, watch how quick social media turn on T.I. Mark my words, when this documentary drop and they start interviewing them females and they crying and talking about how T.I. raped them and Tiny did this allegedly, they're going to be like, damn, we didn't know Tip was doing all this. We apologize, 50.
No Tip is crazy.
No Tip.
No Tip is crazy.
Just the Tip. Hey, when they found out Tip was, a little more than the Tip. All pun intended. Watch, mark my words. Don't try to come on this side either, though.
Hey.
Facts.
And then T.I. say he can go doc for doc, so we gonna see.
We gonna see. And because you know it's crazy, Damani was on there talking about on the Breakfast Club. But have y'all noticed since Breakfast Club and all these podcasts is on Netflix, it don't hit the same no more? Am I tripping?
No, but we know why, because look what the Breakfast Club did. They doing the same thing everybody else do. They capitalize off a moment. When had they ever? They brought that nigga up there to talk about his beef with 50 and his pops and all that shit.
Exactly.
And then they didn't even know that Tiny was his stepmom.
Yeah, I didn't either though.
Yeah, but I know. I'm just saying. But he had to correct her because everybody going crazy. They jumping out for their mama. They ain't even his damn mama. Nigga taking smoke for somebody that ain't even got nothing to do with him. And not even just that. It's not even just that, but what I mean is the Breakfast Club brought him on there, didn't ask him nothing about his music like that. They don't give a fuck about his music. All they cared about was the drama that came with it. Like, when is he? That's why I said they're winning off of 50's beef or whatever it is. This is what I meant far as they trying to catch clout. Not just them, but T.I. set that shit in motion, man. This is a clout move, and that's just all it is.
And on top of that, the song was actually a banger. If you say it wasn't a banger, you will fucking lie. I've been playing that shit back to back to back. And y'all got to understand, this is a song for a theme song of a show. It's not about to be a bar fest. Y'all was expecting the fabulous freestyle response. You can't put that on the theme song of Power. It has to be catchy, and it has to hit where people can memorize it. Like Short said, when you just walking around and singing it.
So in other words, are we just to believe at this point that 50 is just practically Thanos?
More or less.
Because that's nothing.
He been wiping these niggas
There's nothing you can do with Thanos.
He been wiping these niggas out.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with him.
And this is the crazy part. Y'all loved him 2-3 weeks ago when he was trolling half the industry. But because y'all like Tiny, all of a sudden he went too far.
I don't like Tiny.
How is it mean going too far? You got niggas like Rod, I'm exhausted.
I am, nigga.
Log off, nigga.
Yeah,
Unfollow,
so
nigga.
that's the same thing I keep telling niggas. Like, you ain't invested. I'm gonna watch what this nigga say so I can be mad about this nigga making me.
In my algorithm.
But what's even more crazy, right? They saying it was a meme. That was the real her. Yeah. That was her real picture. It's not no damn meme.
That's all he said.
But
Keep my name out your mouth.
it wasn't edited. This was a real picture of her, and y'all mad because her shit started deflating, and she chose to wear a skirt on stage when the shit went up. But shout out to Tiny though, because Tiny she came a long way. She's a legend in her own. That
From Escape, shout out to you.
She don't get the
recognition.
Respect she do, yeah.
And they wrote, Escape wrote No Scrub for TLC. So I mean, they're very talented.
Yeah, she was talented, but she did a lot just in the industry.
Like Trump said, when you go to war, hey, some people might
Gotta
die.
die.
There's
Got real
casualties of war.
But-
Tiny and the family just happen to be casualties of their father. So just T.I. fault, they got drug in this for real.
And you know what's crazy?
But you know what? And what's no, my bad, short. Because I just want to clear that part. Them niggas, he said that T.I., he knew T.I. wasn't even gonna want him to be in that. And niggas, y'all was killing me for talking about I would have told my sons to chill out. But he basically told them niggas he didn't want them niggas in that. Now he just letting them go. But T.I. was in New York shooting that video.
I just think this though. Remember back in the day where Tiny was actually beautiful, Lil' Kim was actually beautiful. At what point mentally do you do this to your body when she was already like one of the baddest ones in the group?
Didn't she have a stroke or something? I think she had a stroke.
So that's what caused her to have this?
I think she had a stroke.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Before the BBL and stuff, though, I think she had like a stroke and her face got, and you know, once you get work done, it's like addicting. You damn near can't stop.
Vivica Fox, I don't know what's going on with these women that's doing. It's like, you already beautiful. Clearly.
Period. Vanity.
Yeah, man. Well, I just want to say, Messiah, man, thank you, you know, for shining some kind of positive light on Tiny. Because the only thing I'm thinking about is her putting her face in every box in Atlanta. That's the only thing
Bars. Bars.
Hey, she called us.
Shout out to 50, man. That's my guy. Right
It's chestnut checkers, man. It's chestnut checkers.
And they said Diddy wasn't the only nigga with the Diddy oil.
No tip.
The tipster.
That's crazy work.
Hey, T.I. starting to talk crazy, though, talking about, yeah, I ain't afraid to die about this. And like, hold on, cuz, what are you talking
and
about?
He called that nigga boo-boo. Somebody, nobody fear you, boo-boo.
Boo-boo,
But when
yeah.
you got to keep yelling to somebody that you don't fear him,
You fear
it's
him.
kind of insinuating something else.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I remember that. Hold on, tell them 'cause they couldn't hear you.
Refreshes.
Oh my goodness. So the show Punk with Ashton Kutcher,
Yeah.
T.I. and his crew, they were getting on the plane, and then Ashton Kutcher was dressed up as like FBI, like feds, and they searched the plane and they found guns. And before they could even ask T.I. a question, man, it's him. I can't go down for this. So he's already like telling this stuff and like, and then so he got mad when Ashton Kutcher was like, oh, you're all punked. And he's like, T.I. was hot. You know what I mean? So it's like, even though
that ride came out, hey, it came out as bars like instantly.
Ashton, T.I. on punked.
You about to have me do it right now.
The tipster was at it.
We know where Brandon stand. God damn.
That why he took it back. He digging up the file.
We need the DM
sure,
50
they
to repost that on this story about how the tipster's always been giving tips out on snitching. God damn.
He digging in them files, boy.
I think some type. I don't want to say. I think some type of way. Nigga.
That's why it sounds surprised why they
He the T.I.
I'm sitting
advocate.
here. I'm low key, nigga. Tip. I'm taking this for you right now, Sam. Do not click that. Do edit that out.
And Short the only one who caught it.
Wait a minute.
Flag on him. What
God
did you say?
damn.
Hold on, what he say? Ryan, what'd you say?
Hey, send that boy to
I'm
Atlanta.
talking about listening to all the ridicules, the all of that. Hey man, I
He said
can't.
it's taking it for
I
real.
can't
That's
listen. All
crazy.
I said this last week or the other day.
Yeah, that was the
all
coldest pause in the
I
history of
can't
pauses.
defend a lot of that stuff. I just keep it about the music.
You see it? I'm telling you.
Hey, keep it about the music, like you said.
see,
Keep it about the
Ryan need to
music.
take his own advice. You said silence can't be misquoted.
You got me.
Silence can't be misquoted,
You
nigga.
better not click that
Just
one.
drop the mic.
That's what happened. That's what happened when you take up for something when wrong is wrong and right is right. You stay on the truth. You trying to defend some other shit's gonna happen.
Hey, stay on the truth, not on the tip, man.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Hey, I'm leaving. He put
That
The
boy.
shades back up. You say you ain't finna see these eyes, nigga, not these tears.
Oh, he did it to himself. He walked into that one.
That was a cold.
God damn.
Well,
I'm gonna just make a whole.
Oh yeah, you viral.
Make a whole
You viral.
pause moment lineup.
Hey, man.
That's gonna be the last one.
Hey, Byron, you got the clip up where we just do like a all pause, like when you just clip everything, just go down all the episodes.
He the main of the pod. You know, Mano got that pause phase. Pause ride.
Yo, meat ain't my beef.
Pause rhetoric.
Mano's notorious for the man. Yo meat ain't my beef. But I was like, Mano was tripping on that one.
I'm like, what?
God, he's out of control,
That's that
man.
Russell Westbrook face to me.
What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
Nah, what else is going on in the world out there, man?
Hey, y'all.
So
I might have sent something. It's something with the Waynes that they
Oh, they got inducted into the Hall of Fame, right?
yeah, and
NAACP, I believe.
yeah, so for me, like, man, they really are them ones. They're, to me, in entertainment culture, they're like what the Kennedys are, how in America they make them royalty. So that's in our community and just in entertainment. Damn, they are like the Kennedys of entertainment. They really put people on. They really made this industry what it is. Like, must we go back to how they did the Super Bowl? From that, come on, man.
What did they do at the Super Bowl?
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
So long story short, before the Super Bowl had halftime shows, I forgot what Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl right before Michael Jackson performed with the Waynes, but 92 there. It was like they basically did like a skit for A Living Color where during the halftime show, they said, hey, turn to channel 11 and watch us. For 30 minutes, they entertain you. And so for that 30 minutes, you watch them. They promoted In Living Color, then you went back to go watching the Super Bowl. And so from that point on, the NFL started creating the halftime show so you can't not change the channel because all those viewers left the Super Bowl and it dipped in their ratings and went to Fox. Then they went back and that cost them a lot of money doing that. So that's why now the NFL has halftime shows. Shout out to the Wayne family.
Man, they should be getting.
So they need royalties. They need royalties in the NFL halftime show.
But that's what they do when you don't copyright or get nothing done because they take your ideas and maximize off of them.
They need percentages of that halftime show for real.
And the irony with them just getting that, and now them, I think strategically and rightfully so, now with the newest, what is that?
Scary Movie 6.
coming out. So,
Hey, have you seen the preview?
yeah.
Yeah. Because I actually went to go see the new Scream movie, and I saw the preview of the Scary Movie. Hey, no.
I went to see the new Scream. It was trash. Save your money. It was garbage.
I'm talking about the new Scary Movie. I seen the trailer on there. So yeah.
Yeah, so Marlon came out and said, we don't care who we offend. So I believe they trying to go the edgy route. They going to Dave Chappelle. They finna push the envelope route. So I'm here for it.
I think you know what, bro? Cancel culture has been around so much where now, you know how history repeats itself where we've been cancel. Now we're about to go back into the harsh comedy, the dark comedy where we get back to the Boondocks, South Parks, get back to that lewd comedy, bro, because that's what's been missing in comedy, bro. Everything else is so political and so buttoned up where now it's like, man, we're afraid to laugh. We need to get back to where we start making fun of everybody, bro.
Nigga, we live on Epstein Island, nigga, and we still out here worrying about
Facts.
we still worrying about what they gonna say in comedy and damn on TV. Like all that cussing and shit, all them days is over with. Like it's shit way more extreme and worse that they need to be worried about.
It's definitely a lot that you need to be worried about. It's funny you brought the Epstein Island up because I just saw Nick Fuentes make a call out literally to the same community he spent the last 2 years trolling and making money off of, the black community. You know, he was like a race baiter. Rage baiter. He said the N-word and talk about the worst of the black community. Well, now that Charlie Kirk got taken out, and now that, you know, we got the whole war with Iran thing going on, he said, man, we need to come together as people, black people, white people, Muslim, Christian, Democrat, Republican, because our government has been hijacked. We working for foreign entities, and we all need to come together as people because our country in danger. What y'all think about that?
Well,
They been knew that. I mean, this is.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I mean, if you seen Fahrenheit 9/11, they told you all about that by Michael Moore. And if anybody is familiar with Fahrenheit 9/11, they pulled that. They pulled it out of theaters. You can't find that movie anywhere. So I had the luxury. I didn't even know what Fahrenheit 9/11 was. This is back in 2003, 2004, so to speak. I went and seen it late at night. I'm with it, broad. But I ended up watching the movie. Like I didn't know what it was. Michael Moore, man, America does not even own America no more. And I learned this then. So everything fast forward now, that's why they say pay attention, because how you said earlier, they rewrite the Bible, they will rewrite history. Most people, when I ask people about Fahrenheit 9/11, they don't know what it is because they took it out. So fast forward now, nobody knows nothing. But Nick Fuentes, oh man, it's not our government. It's been not our government. Do you know that over in the Middle East, I can't recall what country, I'm not sure if it was Pakistan, something, they own 10% of America. Quite literally own 10% of America. There's other countries that have vested interests. They own America. America has been an entity, a business for 30, 40, 50 years. That's why Trump was a prime candidate to be the president, because he runs it like a corporation. America is a corporation.
Bingo.
I think Nick Fuentes is saying all is unite because he's afraid of them buckshots, Jamaica time. Buck. Let's just be real. Because he saw what happened to his boy.
Exactly.
Now he's on paranoia. Because Tupac has a song, You Can Be Touched. Niggas better slow down because you can be touched, bro. And that's what's about to happen, bro. So now he's about to backtrack. Now we about unity. Don't go off the ledge now, bro. Because you realize one of your partners was a prime example of what can happen on live TV or live streaming.
In front of the world.
In front of the world. Again, I don't think he built like that. He don't want to be a martyr. He don't want to be a martyr for that. So that's why he's calmed down. He don't want to be part of the Jamaican party where they do the buck.
Shower posse.
Come on now, let's go. So that's why he's saying it now. And that's my only thing. I think it's a fear for his own individual self.
I don't trust him. Don't trust no pink nigga named Fuentes. At the end of the day, this nigga is controlled opposition. He's been controlled opposition. Stay your ass where the fuck you at. Don't come to no black people. Nobody else, nigga, that you disrespected looking for no type of help. This is fake, cuz. Like, his whole story is bullshit. The 30-year-old virgin that just made it into fucking politics or wherever he trying to go. So everything about this nigga is bullshit to me. So I don't see it. I feel like he's putting out a message just to see how dumb people are, as they always do. Because look at them. Now you got Andrew Tate talking about he want to go to Dubai where they getting bombed at, or he don't think it's real. So you got to watch all these characters play out in real time. They giving us, why would he come out and do all this? Like, who are you? Nick Fuentes, like, to sit here and play a nigga's face and then sit here and say, I wanna meet up with y'all. Like, is that what y'all used to do to niggas? Play it like that? You know what I mean? Yeah, we cool. Y'all didn't fucked over half the tribe. Now we want to be friends. Like, nigga, fuck Nick Fuentes, nigga.
Man, for real.
Hey, cause look, the way I see it, Nick Fuentes, he just got his real nigga wake up call, like I like to say. They thought they were exempt. I guess they forgot about JFK. So once the Charlie Kirk thing happened, they got that wake up call, like, hold on, we not untouchable. They thought they was untouchable. They thought they was only stomping down on niggas. And now they not even hiding it no more. They stomping down on everybody. So it went from F niggas to, oh man, it's the Jews. But when niggas was saying, hey, this is what the government owns since the beginning of time, since the government treated them just a little bit better than us, they say we was playing a race card. They playing the biggest race card that there is to play. And now they want the help of the same community they've been downing for the last 2-3 years. As long as that engagement was up and them dollars was coming in, they wasn't tripping on uniting with niggas. Now that, we might gotta go to war. Hold on, ain't you a 30-year-old virgin? Oh yeah, you good, front line.
You ain't got no kids.
Drop his gay ass, send him over there. Exactly. Now he's spooked. Hey, let's come together. Nah, stay over there, nigga.
That selective service.
Yeah, it's over with.
That selective service car is about to come into play for him, bro.
Yeah, so for me, it just goes back to how we talked about Christine Noem earlier.
Yeah.
It's all about power and prestige when it comes to politics. Like, you know what's going on in here is foul, but you don't care because it's benefiting you. And so when I look at someone like Charlie Kirk, not to call him a martyr, because I definitely don't believe or anything that he stood on, but I do know that he spoke out against Israel and how the government on both sides of the party supported Israel, and all of a sudden, boom, he's killed. And so, like, now Nick Fuentes, he's seeing that same thing, and now all of a sudden he wants to come to the black people to try to start this Rainbow Coalition stuff. But the only reason why he's able to do it is because, first, what I'm starting to see within the black community is we're doing it within ourselves. So you can have someone who has our skin color, who talks bad about us like a damn coon, and then next thing you know, he could pop up and just act like he's cool and he's gonna get a pass. And so it's like, whenever we see this stuff, like I said, we have to be able to call it out and weed it out. You know what I mean? Because if we can't clean our own house, the people that's on the outside, they're going to be able to do the same thing. That's infrastructure. You know, they're going to come and infiltrate our culture. And so, yeah, we have to call out Nick Fuentes, but we also have to call out the other people who are culture vultures who actually look like us.
No, that's facts. That's facts. That's bars. No cap. Definitely. And I just, the way I want to speak about it, you can't because of YouTube guidelines. So you got to kind of talk.
No more strikes, bro.
Yeah, you got to kind of talk
strikes,
between
bro.
the lines.
So relax.
So it's kind of touchy, even touching
Keep it
on.
drifter.
Yeah, kind of.
Keep it drifter, bro.
Even talking about the whole Iranian thing and,
Yeah.
and who really owns the U.S. I mean, if you kind of tapped into geopolitics and you do your research, you kind of get where we're getting at. All I'm saying is just pay attention. There's a lot of wolf in sheep clothing, like bro just said. There's a lot of controlled oppositions. What's the I know you watch him. The black dude. The big guy. He's like the black Nick Fuentes in a sense. I guess he had went over to Israel and he was talking to. I don't even think you can say his name, but if you know who runs. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He like, yeah, it's cool over there. I only got spit on one time over there.
Wow.
Like it's good. Y'all know who I'm talking about, bro. Cause I done seen you send me his clips before. Yeah, he like a real popular Republican black content creator, like an influencer. And he was talking to the main head guy over there with the Mossad and all that shit, which you can't even speak about. Talking about, yeah, it's cool. I went over there, only got spit on one time. It's good for us over there. So
exactly.
That's to let you know what's going on, man.
The whistleblowers been letting us know what's going on. People just don't want to never believe their ass. You see that dude, that clip that's resurfacing on Joe Rogan podcast, the dude said all this was going to happen and it's been happening. The dude that talked about the circus and everything else back in 92 and they assassinated him after that, after he exposed everything, it's coming to light. It's everything that he said was going to happen is happening. Like all these things. So it's just like, what are people going to do about it? That's what we have to do as a collective. They don't have to be online, but at some point, you're going to have to be a rebel. Because what you going to do? And the nigga already said, I don't care about y'all dying and getting bombed, nigga.
And that's what the president.
Bunkers, nigga.
President saying, yeah, if they got to die, they got to die.
And these was the conversation I was having when I was like, what happens when they start just saying, we don't care? Y'all know what we do, nigga, fuck it. That's what they're doing right now. Y'all know what we do, nigga. We corrupted and everything, nigga. They mess with kids. I was gonna say something crazy, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna go down that line. But like you said, man, that's what I see right now. That the people, y'all not mad enough for me. That's what I'm gonna say. Y'all not mad enough.
It's not enough outrage.
If this don't get y'all mad enough, nothing will. Y'all might as well prepare for new slavery to come.
So that's what I was saying earlier about people living blissfully, how they can just go about their day to day and not be upset. And so when you are more enlightened, how you're enraged, it makes it even more so like kind of like useless anger, because it's like, I know the truth, but what can we really do about it? Because there's not enough wolves out here to attack the other wolves. We're outnumbered when it comes to our wolves on our end. Again, we talked about what we need to do, stand unite. Byro, you said it yourself. Let's stop paying taxes, because what they go do? Take all of our gardeners, all our wages. If we stop paying what is that? The registration on cars and things like that. We all unite together as one. They can't do it to us all. We outnumber them. But again, when people walk around here blissfully, not understanding really what's going on, it makes it hard for us to fight because we ain't got enough backing with our punches.
Now look, you had them saying that the economic job market is increasing in 2026. Jobs finna be booming. Just in February alone, the U.S. economy lost 92,000 jobs, and now they acting like they shocked. But the whole time, this was all a part of the plan. You keep seeing Elon Musk saying, y'all ain't even gonna need jobs in a minute. We got AI taking, I think, what was it, by 20, don't quote me the exact year. I think it was like 2029 or 2030. About 45% of all jobs are going to be wiped and going to be 100% done and completed by AI.
So let me ask you guys this question. I'm not being facetious. Do you think with the way things are and going, because we always say movies are like letting us know what's going on or what's to come. So do you see us, or do you think we're right now currently in some type of Hunger Game scenario or leading towards a Hunger Game scenario?
You leading towards Skynet the way I'm seeing it. Hey, no cap, because I don't know if you see in China, they already got the military robots.
So look, shout out to my boy Messiah putting in the chat. I finally watched that movie Mercy about, listen, I'm about to give y'all a synopsis of it. Basically, he's a cop. He woke up, he had to prove to an AI judge that he did not kill his wife. We're not too far from that happening. There was no lawyer. There was no, it was just him and the judge. The judge had access to all the Ring cameras. I forgot what it was called in the movie, but basically the essential of a Ring camera of everybody showing like, hey, I was here at this time. Boom, boom, boom. You got access to everybody's phone, the sky. You had access to the last person that his wife was able to contact with. He even talked to the wife boyfriend because she was having an affair on him. So she was like, hey, maybe the boyfriend probably unalived my wife. Then he had to interview him through the camera. What I'm saying is this, bro. Skynet is about to be real, bro. We are so codependent on this technology where, again, reading is no longer fundamental because we got audiobooks. Not Rob, not dissing you, Rob. I'm just saying. We're not to the point where, no, but I'm not saying. No, but what I'm saying is we have came so codependent on this that we've forgotten the core knowledge. Again, we don't even have entertainment to own. People don't own DVDs and CDs no more. We're relying on this. As soon as they cut everything off, what do we have? What do we own? We don't have anything up between our ears because we're no longer reading books anymore. We don't have the books in our home because we're buying everything digital. At the end of the day, what you say, we don't own anything, we'll still be happy, correct?
That's what they said, because you got to think they sell it as convenience or safety, but really is you slowly losing your right. Like you can't even change control. You can't even change your own oil in your cars because now you got to take it to the dealership, hook it up to a certain pump so they can switch it. Like if you ever had a Benz or BMW, you know. See, your dad, your granddad, they used to save hella money. Why? Because they just go right there in the driveway, get up under the car, and boom, 15, 20, 30 minutes, and be done with it. Now you got to go spend $1,500. I know because I had a Benz. That's why I got rid of it and really don't ever want one again.
Because there's certain parts that you can't even screw. And even same thing with the spare tires on Benz. You got to have a special lug wrench to unscrew the wheels off of it. I'm telling you,
every part on there is foreign. So
everything on that part, everything.
So you got to get it.
Bro, they got two. They got to
get it brand new, and you paying the high.
They got the oil change A and the oil change B. One is $1,500, then the other one is like $3,500.
Exactly. Real talk. Because one is like for 500 miles. I think that's what felt. He not lying.
That's why I got rid of my shit. Like what, man?
Unfortunately, we still have one in the family, so I know exactly what you mean. Because again, when I had to change a tire, I didn't see the piece in the back. They say, yeah, if you look in the back part to the left, that's where the extra piece. I had no idea where the piece was at. I'm looking for the wrench and all that. Couldn't get it off.
Yeah. The only thing I say about that is that you guys ever heard this saying that art imitates life? Mm-hmm. You guys ever heard that? So for me, if you can imagine something, art is nothing but creativity. So if you thought about something, either it's already been done or it's gonna happen. And so I think about, as we have this conversation on Instagram, you posted, the video. I forget the name of the movie, but Ice-T was in the movie where they were hunting
Survivor game, I think,
killing people. And then come to find out that this is exactly what they're doing right now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
The elite's hunting. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, and when it came out, I remember that movie. It was like 1990, 91 when that movie first came out. It was so unbelievable. Like, no way people would actually do something like this. And come to find out, that's exactly what they're doing.
You remember Hostel, right?
Hostel.
You ever seen the movie Hostel when the elites, they was kidnapping people who staying in the hostels, and then you could come pay to unalive somebody. Like, oh, I wonder what it feel like to shoot somebody. You could pay a fee, and then they'll have a person in the room, and boom, you can shoot them. Or I wonder how it feel to kill somebody with an axe, and you could pay to do it.
And this is why in these times even more, you don't put nothing past nobody no more. With all this stuff where they can fuck with the frequency of your brain waves and make you do things like we just had, like they had that school shooter. I'm gonna let you go right now, Rob, but I don't know if y'all remember that. I think it was a school shooter just happened, like a black dude they used in Austin. Yeah, in Austin. We'll get into that next, but go ahead.
So I remember, I didn't watch the movie. Now I'm gonna go watch it. I didn't get a chance, but Mercy just sounds like a different version of Minority Report.
Yeah.
And then the movie you just spoke to with Ice-T, that's just another version of you familiar with Arnold Schwarzenegger's Running Man?
Classic, yeah.
And I watched it. Did you like it? I liked it. So when we're saying to you is they keep remaking the same type of movies, they're easing you into this. Mercy, Minority Report, they're one and the same, but slightly different. But they're just easing you, and they've already eased us into certain things. It's certain things that we subconsciously do just because it's been indoctrinated into us through media, music, schooling, all types of things. Reasons why you said earlier, I'm taking my kids out of school, and a lot of people have done that. I have a very close friend. I was one of his groomsmen in his wedding. We started off as coworkers. I just recently found out that he and his wife are homeschooling their children now, which was new to me because I asked, how's my nephews doing, da-da-da-da. He like, man, hey, no, they get homeschooled. I'm not with what they teaching kids. I'm not with all of this fuddy-duddy. And I think a lot of people feel that way, but to give context, and this is a white man, mind you. So a black man just told you this. So as you said, white people are aware, other cultures are aware. So it's not just a black thing, but for those in our culture, listen, man, white people like, hey, nah, this ain't it. So start waking up. Not that they're the standard, but pay attention. Other cultures are like, hey, this ain't it. So all that overcome and singing and folk, hey, knock it off.
Hey, Lordy, Lordy,
Yeah,
big
so-
Lordy God.
Pick a bell of cotton, gonna pick a bell of day. Stop that.
Let me ask you a question, right? You know, hey,
I think
Hit us with a Negro
I was
spirit.
about to start singing some Negro spirits.
I was like, way in the water.
This nigga.
well, you know every fucking song. This is
My nigga see.
hey, oh God, he know every damn song.
That's because I was out at the riots back in
92 riots. 4 years old.
While the homies was reading books, I was outside the riot.
Hey, what Dave Spell say? It was a fucking baby on the corner. How was this nigga outside the fucking limo?
Baby, get away. Shout out to Chappelle.
Hey, look, hey, you know how they say the prophecies of the Bible are coming true? Do y'all think they're really coming true, or are the the people at hand, the powers to be, actually scripting it to come true? Because if you know anything
How
about
wasn't you hear me on this?
yeah,
I'm finna say how you wasn't here, nigga. Literally everything I ain't gonna say everything. A few things I done already said. You came in here and just repeated it.
is that right?
But even before you came to the first conversation we had, you down there said the exact same shit. But I already said this on here earlier. I was
Oh,
talking
that's
about
crazy. That's because I was really thinking about that because I always see those comments like, man, the Bible, and then I'll be thinking, man, you think they just making it happen? Because that's one of the conspiracies that they gonna have this they call it Project Bluebeam, where they gonna use the technology to make it look like Jesus came back and shit like that.
Right. I try to on this topic I try to tread it lightly because I know how people get offended by everything. So it was more so, and I do kind of think that now because I feel like God is already within us, and that's your compass. That's your moral compass is what's guiding you through here. Before all these things was created, something I want to say within us made us aware of ourselves and made us aware to create things. The thoughts began and those things in that nature. So I don't really see that everything is structured in the book. And not saying that the Bible is bad, but somebody had to create it. It just was one of the greatest books that was ever created.
So I could speak for myself. One thing I never shy away from is my faith. I am a believer. And so for me, the scripture says in Ecclesiastes that God has put eternity in the hearts of all men. So I believe that there's something in every human being that walks this earth that lets them know that there's something outside of this. Like this earth where we live in, this is not the end. Like there's something outside of that. But to go back to your question, I always say is that, each man renders his own verdict, and God has given us free will to believe whatever you decide to believe in. And so for me, also as a black man, I never put myself in a box because although I am a Christian, I look for things that's going to bring us together and not separate us. You see what I mean? Because one of the books that I read that was influential to me was A Message to the Black Man, right?
Yeah, Elijah.
And so for Elijah Muhammad, and he also said in his book, he said to be a good Christian is to be a good Muslim, and to be a good Muslim is to be a good Christian. So what he's saying is to try to find ways to merge and come together as a black man as opposed to separate. And so for me, like I said, when I was in prison, trust me, man, I studied everything. I learned Greek, I learned Hebrew, I was in apologetics. Like I used to have debates with people of different faiths and all that stuff. But one thing that it was always predicated on was respect. It's called a level of identification. Okay, we agree on this. Okay, we agree on this. We agree on this. Okay, so at least now we have a solid foundation. And the parts that we don't agree on, it's not going to ruin the foundation that we already built. So,
But what's the target?
It was called Blue Bean? You talking about that?
it's called level of identification. So yeah, so that's one thing we learned. Like if you ever heard the terminology called apologetics, because people, they use the word in the wrong context. Oh, I'm apologetic. Like, oh, I'm not apologetic. I'm not apologizing. No, apologetics, it literally just means a defense. So that's in the Greek. It just literally means a defense. To be able to represent my faith in a way that's not going to be offensive towards you. And at the end of the day, you're gonna take it or leave it. You see what I mean?
For this, let me ask you this, because what Viral just brought up with it's called Blue Bean?
Project Blue Bean.
Project Blue Bean. Do you resort back to Proverbs 3 and 5? Lean not to your own.
Trust in the Lord.
Lean into your own understand. So when you hear something like that, how does that make you feel about hearing somebody saying like, okay, they may project Jesus to come back? By you being a believer, do you feel?
So for me, because one thing I do believe in if you guys read the Bibles, any Bible scholars out there, but if you read Matthew 24 and also in 25, Jesus talks about, the end times, and there will be wars, there will be rumors of wars, but yet it is not the end. You see what I mean? So, and it also talks about people being deceived, because if you have the Spirit of God in you, if you have the Spirit of God, and this is why I say I'm not with religion, I'm a spiritual being, because I understand that God created man and woman in his image, right? And so therefore it's the spiritual essence. And so for me, people being deceived, you have to allow yourself to be deceived. Like when people talk about being possessed by the devil, well, you have to give him permission first. You see what I mean? So therefore, if I have this understanding to know, like, I'm not with the fear mongering. The word also says that perfect love casts out fear. So if I'm operating out of love, there's nothing for me to be afraid of. You know what I mean? So I just think a lot of it is just really fear mongering and a lot of this stuff. And I don't never disregard or, try to turn a blind eye to how Christianity played a negative role in the government and establishment within this country. Because one thing I'm not is ignorant or biased to anything. But I also understand is that right now today, we all have a free will to make the decision that we see fit within our own self.
Bingo. Like there was a pastor in Africa. I don't know if y'all seen this story, Joshua Macaulay, where he said he had a divine vision and he got a message from God about the rapture. And he told everybody the date. And then people were sending him money. People were selling their houses. A lot of people flew out to Africa and literally sold everything because he said he built a boat. So he's like, yeah, God said you the new Noah. So he was out there building the boat and people was coming to help him build it. And then on the day of the rapture, nothing happened. And then he was like, oh yeah, God spoke to me again. He said it got pushed back, like gave him another date. But then in between time, investigators started following, like this nigga went and bought a Benz. This nigga started buying jewelry. Right? So it was like hundreds and hundreds of people showed up to the woods like, God coming back. Nothing happened. So I'm like, that's why you got to be careful listening to these false prophets.
Yeah, but
you could be blinded by the religion sometimes, a lot of times.
Nah, you can be, and that's for sure. He's a cold nigga, but he ain't no different than what a lot of these pastors be doing. He ain't no different. He just found a way to make his money. And this just goes to know, if you believe in something wholeheartedly, you see what you can do. You can get fools to go follow this nigga, and he think he can get the answers to tell you when Jesus is gonna be here. Like you ain't meeting your maker till you meet the maker. And if you really know, you really are the maker.
Imagine,
I'm not gonna go into that context.
Imagine selling your house, showing up to Africa in the woods.
So I was brought up in a church. My grandfather was a pastor. He started off a deacon, became a pastor, all that, Christian. I still refer to the Quran and the Bible because to sit here and say that you cannot apply it to your life, because what is it? Basic instruction. So I use it literally for basic instruction. With that being said, I understand how it can be manipulated, and I think that's what rubs a lot of people wrong. I will also, which is where I stem from, I can literally recall I was willing to get my behind cooked, quite literally, by my mama and daddy. I'm not going to church. Why? Because of what we're speaking to. I see a lot of people not living this. Yeah. You stand in the front. How are you standing on the church steps smoking? I'm listening to gossip. I may not supposed to hear it, but I'm overhearing it. I'm knowing that the pastor is dipping in the other chicks. So I'm like, hold up. And you're using the word to manipulate and get things. And then lastly, my biggest thing was I heard somebody say, why I got to go through God through you? Why I just can't go to God?
That's a cold question.
So no, and all those are very valid points. Like I always share my story. Like I said, episode 224 of the Viral Way podcast, I talked about this. My father was actually a pastor. And so for me, I knew my biological father. And to me, he was a hypocrite. And so that turned me, I didn't want anything to do with Jesus because of who I saw my dad being. Correct. So I've studied many different kind of religions. When I first came to prison, I went to Islamic service, Talim services, Buddhism.
I love Buddhism.
Like Jehovah's Witness, everything, right? But to me, one thing, and God had to reveal this to me. That's why I said, you know, it's a spiritual thing. Like, I can't judge you according to what you believe in, because I know what God revealed to me. And what he showed me was I had to stop looking at Christians and start looking to Christ. And when I started to read the Bible, I started to see everything for myself, because it literally said the people weren't going to manipulate. It said in the last days, people are going to use the word for selfish gain, right? And they're going to come to their own destruction. But the point I really wanted to make, to just tie back in before we move on to something else, was be careful of the personalities. And this is not just in the religious context of like preachers who are like, have this big personalities that people are drawn to them. We call it spiritual diabetes. You know, when you're selling people this false information and it's literally rotten to their core, to their souls. But it also goes in the content realm. Within these podcasters, people fall in love with these big personalities. And this is why I talk about culture vultures as opposed to people who are creating content, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Stop following these personalities. And I just want to affirm you guys, because I love the Viral Way podcast. And like the brother he attested to, how he shared earlier, is because you guys are producing content. You know, when there's a lot of other podcasts out there who are just clout chasing. I'm just going to say something outrageous today so I can, you know, get all these views. But when you look at it, they have no substance. You see what I mean?
None.
And so, like I said, stop falling in love with these personalities. Fall in love with the content, because at the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to bring about that change in collective conscience.
No, that's facts, because right there, you know which one it is, not the yellow one.
My nigga said, I'm going out there today, I'm dropping 60. That's why before you came back, that's why before you left, they was like, I'm not tripping. We can wait. We can be here. Like, get the mics, get the shit in order.
No, he doing his thing. He doing his thing. Now, I like that post that you said, because I saw Cameron and Mace saying that, you know, we running around calling people influencers. What the fuck are they influencing? You got women just getting naked, showing their ass, and they're influencer. What are you influencing people to do? He said we need to come up with a new phrase for people like that, because if you aren't actually influencing anybody to do anything, how are you an influencer? And when I seen your post about the content, I'm like, damn, it kind of coincided. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because it slipped my mind.
That was actually a good one. So when we do, like, prime example, man, right now they got the little Drewski show that could have been love and things like that, and they say things like influence on there. And so it was a chick on there, I guess Selena, I think that's her name. She slept with so many different celebrities, and they were calling her influence. And the thing about it is, I had no idea who she was. It's because she was cloud chasing off of sleeping off these people, of these other celebrities, and exposing them of them having sex. And the thing about it is, how is that anything positive? And I don't understand why other people even want to be involved with her when she's showing that she's a snake. She's showing that she turns on every man that she's been with. And even again, we're using the word influence. What does she influence? How to expose men sexually? Like, I don't get the purview.
And this is the thing I think that people miss, is that they use the influencer term. I don't like it either, but they do have an influence, whether they have a certain amount of followers on IG or whatever. If they influencing in the wrong way, that's what the people want anyway. They want people vibrating low. That's why these things are pushed like that. No, I'm just saying that when you think about,
I'm saying
when you think about all these shows, from Baddie, everything else, all that shit is low vibrational influence. And what do you think they're doing? You see the little girls now getting on IG doing the same thing. They just came out with a toy for the little boy, the nigga twerking. I forgot what the show that was.
Oh my God!
And people in the comments telling us, well, if you seen the episode, you would get it. Like the shit.
No, I don't get it.
No,
exactly. You talk, hey, you know what?
The nigga bent over, you click it, the nigga ass start vibrating.
Come
and I'm
on,
like, this
man.
crazy, but you see the people in the comments like, that's just his character. It's a cartoon, bro. It's a real cartoon. They like, well, we know the parents ain't watching it. Like, yeah, that's even worse, because the kids is gonna emulate this.
Hey, he just made
little punks running around.
He just made a cold connection. He had a mic, but he has said under the influence. When you're drunk, they say what? You were driving under the influence. Correct. So that just made me think, influencer, you under the influence, low frequency. Yeah. No wonder they put all the idiots in front of your face.
Yeah,
that's basically what I was
That's
trying
a
to
cold
get at.
connection right there. Damn.
So, like, you brought up baddies, or just that whole thing. When I hear a person say they watch that, and let's just keep it real, there's no men, that heterosexual men, are not watching this.
Some niggas watch it with their girls.
And well, my woman don't watch that, so I'm alluding. You just helped me allude to when I'm talking to a lady and I'm filling her out. how dare you tell me you watch baddies? It's at that point, we have nothing to discuss anymore.
Recreational use only.
Yeah, that's all
I already know. You're going over there.
All I see you as is
One and
recreational
done.
use at this point.
That's
The
it.
fact that you are 35-plus-year-old woman and you entertain that in any capacity, does not sit well with me.
So I would just say, right, and for me, I can only use the I statement and just speak for myself because I'm very confident and comfortable in who I am. No, I watch Tasha K. I was gonna say, watch this. Definitely no.
Get him out of here.
Definitely no baddies, no none of that stuff. But like I said, everybody has something. And so for me, like I said, in a relationship, if you're laying in bed with your girl, she's watching Tasha K, what are you gonna say? Turn that shit off?
Yes.
Well, not me.
I will watch a show of Bridgerton or something along those lines with my wife. No, I'm saying, but at least with that, it has some type of historical
Them
preference.
niggas capping. They watching that shit. They ain't telling that girl turn that shit
I don't even
off.
know who Tasha K. No, real talk. I don't even know who that is. But I'm saying in
They
general.
watching that shit.
But no, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If hypothetically, my woman doesn't watch that show, but if she does, I'm not laying in the bed where I would go in the living room or vice versa. She's in the living room, I would go in the room. I'm not about to subject myself to that, bro. I'm just real not. Because not even that though, bro. It's certain things I don't even need to connect my spirit to. You talked about spirituality. It's certain things I don't even want to consume, even with entertainment, bro. And I've watched certain things that has had homosexuality in it, violence in it, and influence in it, where I'm all like, bro, this is not even nothing I want to be around. I don't even want to be around this personally. So why would I even entertain this when I can change the channel? You dig what I'm saying? So I don't even allow myself to even consume that type of stuff like that anymore.
But once again, it still goes back to having the spirit dwelling in you, because one thing I know is that we all have discernment. It's just a matter if you're going to decide to use it or not. Because to me, I know how to decipher, hey, this is entertainment. Hey, this is funny, as opposed to this is actually affecting my behavior. It's affecting my belief system. It's affecting how I'm looking at another person. And once again, that's the discernment. And so what I'm really thinking about is, if you have someone like, and I love how we mentioned, the Wayne's family, giving them their flowers, which was much due. But I also go back to somebody like Black Sam, right? And to me, I believe that he deserved all the flowers that he gets. And so when we have people that are speaking negative about him, it's also having an impact and an effect on a lot of people who are consuming this stuff. And so that's where the difference is. You have to have discernment to say, hey, I'm just watching this for entertainment. But it's a whole other thing if this person is actually influencing me, I'm under the influence to look at somebody different.
What does this though be? And just real quick, I cut it off in my house because I don't even want my children thinking. If I'm watching it, they can watch it and they can follow suit. So they don't have the discernment, so that's why I don't even allow it in there. Because if they catch me watching it or thinking,
yeah, with your girl.
Nah, but that's.
But in general,
Both of y'all.
No, I'm saying in general.
Both of y'all got valid points. My bad. Both of y'all got valid points for sure. But I get what Short's saying, because it's like, even no matter what you think, if you keep consuming something over time, it's going to eventually get there into that subconscious programming. So just to alleviate all that, I understand about cutting it off. Now, I'm on the same thing sometimes, like on both of y'all behalf. Like, I might get in here like I'm just really not fucking with that at all, or I might just be in a mood where it's like, yeah, if she want to watch this, then I'm not really sweating it because I'm not going to really pay too much attention to it. And I'll just learn, like what you were saying with the discernment, just see things for what it is. Yeah, you're able to see that, but it's like, why am I even entertaining this? Like, I get what Short's saying. Like, there's no point because I have nothing in this.
So let me ask y'all this then. Is too much positivity a bad thing, or is that you self-reflecting the damage in yourself? Because the rapper D1, how he's like everything positive. I read the comments. Yeah, they like, man, he too positive. I'm tired of him. And he got a flaw somewhere. We just ain't found it yet. Now they looking for you to slip.
So I think it's a component of a few things or two things. People are cynical. People are always waiting for your downfall. They will build you up to tear you down. This is fact. There's that part of it. Like, y'all just, you just waiting for the, aha, I told you so. We're not counting them. What I will say is, even though that's something that, if you're going to be extreme about anything, why not that? What it is people begin to sense, like we just said earlier, I don't know what we were speaking to, but when it's becoming to seem like it's an act. There's no authenticity behind it. It's just, we said this a few weeks ago, don't hit me with no grand rising. Tell me time said it. Don't hit
Top of the top.
Top of the top. Even though good morning, if you know behind it, that's not good. However, because people don't know that, I'll let it slide. Tell me good morning, top of the morning. Grand Rising, it begins this is gimmicky. So to what you're asking, sometimes all that positivity stuff, it can become a bit gimmicky or people begin to, all right, man.
I don't think. So I got a little mixed views on this because I know what I said about what LaRussell was.
Look, you about to clean it up.
They killed you there. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, you negative ass nigga.
I don't care about that. I said what I said, but what I'm saying is most people that's positive people, the only people that's bothered is somebody for the most part because you irritating their spirit. Because they hating on you, because they can't see the positive in themselves. If I'm a positive person, like attract like, the same frequency, I'm not gonna be bothered by your positivity. But if I'm a negative ass nigga and you a positive person, you irritate me now because you too motherfucking happy. I'm mad at myself, but I'm mad at you because you happy and I'm not. That's some real hater shit. That's what it be.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I do understand the difference of, like you said, of being too positive. And if you know on another level of that in context that your thoughts create your reality and your thoughts and your feelings low-key start to align with each other, the more positive you produce, your life is going to start to reflect that way and vice versa. So some people, like, your mind don't know the difference if it's real or fake. So if you trying to be that positive and you practice it over time, the same way with a workout, it's going to grow stronger. You're going to get more
conditioned.
Yeah, you're going to be more conditioned for positivity versus somebody that's not. That wake up, like you said, you mad at me calling you Grand Rising. I can't even tell you no good shit in the morning. Yeah. Nigga might as well wake you up, bitch ass nigga, get your ass up. Hey, nigga love to hear that.
Hey,
yeah, but then you like, good morning,
Larry June. Hey, Larry June. Good morning, bitch ass niggas.
Nigga laughing now, you happy. Yeah. Nigga tell you that, man, this fake ass nigga that talking about Grand Rising. Nigga, shut your weird ass up. Like,
No,
that nigga mad, but it's because you've been conditioned a certain way and you like, now you soft for somebody being a regular human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
I'm not gonna say positive music viral. I'm not gonna say positive.
No, it was
I
in
think-
general
I think
because
he's talking in general.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
go ahead.
Go ahead, baby.
As you know, for those that know me in my personal life, they call me Mr. Positive. Even when I was in prison, I always had a smile on my face and everything, right? Because one thing I learned, and even we talked about earlier, we talked about the check-ins. I said everything is awesome, even when it's not awesome, it's still awesome because I'm awesome. Once again, it's energy. And last time I was here on episode 224, you asked me about the books that were influential. One that I didn't mention is actually Power versus Force, right? And I got up on that because of Nipsey Hussle, but it was a really great book. And it talks about frequency. And so for me, I operate at a 540. And so I'm a 570. And at a 570, that is joy. And so literally the only one that goes up higher than that is enlightenment. So before you reach enlightenment, you're at a state of joy. And joy has nothing to do with your conditions. It has everything to do with your character. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between being happy and having joy. So for me, any situation I'm in, I'm going to be the eternal optimist because I'm always going to look at the bright side. You see what I mean? And it's not a fake. And I like what you mentioned too, Messiah, is like, you know, when people see that, yeah, it's going to irritate their spirit. But deep down inside, they want to know, like, is
Why
this
is it
person
so
really
ugly?
this happy? What the hell do you got that has you smiling like this? Like every time I see you, like, what is it? You see what I mean? And so for me, it's just having that joy, but that's the gift that I received from God.
Yeah.
So it's the frequency.
Man, keep that positivity. I was gonna say certain things for me. I'm not gonna say joy, but like music wise, I've learned now I'm separating from just the negative or the always violent kind of killing. Now, don't get me wrong, knock a nigga head off music, go hard in the gym. Sometimes that kind of give you that extra rep. But as far as just when I'm vibing, man, but when I'm vibing, bro, I do like that triumph music. Again, I know we made fun of my boy. I love Kevin Gates. That's one of my favorite rappers. But I love that triumph music because it kind of gives me that, even the moments when I'm kind of down myself or kind of down, that's just that uplifting kind of like, man, let's get it going. Like, woo, woo. I love that type of music to kind of persevere through whatever I'm going through as well. Same thing with Pac, same thing with Big, same thing with just any of rapper who talk about triumph and overcoming. It is necessary. Now, can it be deemed as corny if it's kind of overzealous, overdone? Of course. But same thing as being super negative, super gangster. You know what I'm saying? That can kind of throughout be like too cheesy, too like, all right, bro, you too gangster to smile, you too gangster to go to Disneyland, you too gangster to be a family man. After a while, it's just about balance. So like you said with the frequency, you just got to know the numbers of where you operating at.
Yeah, like, you know, the black community, we a trauma bonding type of people. we all bond off of trauma and you know the stories of struggle and we all got it out the mud and growing up fucked up. If you got any other story other than that, it's kind of like you ain't even black. So that's what when I was reading them comments, it low key was kind of crazy because niggas was like, man, this bitch ass nigga, all positive ass shit. The fuck, yeah, this nigga fake as hell, man. You know this nigga ain't just happy all the time. So, I'm just like, damn, y'all hate a nigga just for being happy and trying to enlighten you. But like bro said, it's the frequency thing. You're not on that frequency, so when he talk, it's like static. It's like when you in between radio stations, it's just straight static.
All right, so you said a moment ago how people are like, they wonder, are you really that happy? That's one of the things that I get at with anything. It could be your intelligence, your happiness, your whatever, something that is a good thing, but it's not prevalent amongst the masses. I always state, instead of getting mad or hating it, because it's nothing, you can't sit here and say this is something to be mad about. Literally, like that's a good thing. Why don't you just ask? People don't never just say,
hey, just asking, but you got to think. This is why I said it's within yourself because you're already miserable. This is why when you deal with people now, I should say when you meet new people, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, any businessship you building, you should understand if they're happy already before you engage. Because
that's cool.
9 times out of 10, no, because some people depend on you for their happiness.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh,
that's the fucking worst.
An emotional vampire.
Damn, that's the worst.
Exactly. So to get back to what he was saying, when you had that energy irradiating to being happy, most people genuinely want to be happy, but they in a fucked up position in life, or they might come to you now, drained. I need some of that energy. So now everybody around you, that's why I said earlier, you got to be intentional and be careful where you spend your energy, because it's like everybody gonna fuck with you for whatever reasons they got. But when it comes to that, and especially if you're not giving enough to yourself or the people that matter, you're gonna be spread thin everywhere you go because people are looking for that.
Like Rod, you made a great point, and it made me think. Like, you ever been in the gym and somebody asked you how you got your results?
They just asked me today,
and they like, man, what you take? And they won't believe nothing else. Come on, bro. What you take, bro?
Look.
And that's what I mean. Like, nah, you on something, nigga.
And for the most part, with that is because they know they've been taking shit.
They've
been investing. Right, nigga, I tried everything. Nigga, I tried the creatine. I tried the roids.
Can I be honest?
Ain't nothing working. Nigga, work out better.
Right.
That's the most biggest problem.
Can I'm not trying to cause a race war, but it be the other races that be asking us this. Brothers, don't ask me what I take. I mean, they ask me what supplements, like natural stuff. I always promote, natural supplements. But it's usually the other cultures, my age and younger. Hey, man, what do you take? Nothing. I tell them, they be like, that's it? Yes. Why is that so hard for you to believe? So I know it's stereotypical, but it's true. Us black men, us black people, we just built different.
In those moments, I actually don't feel no type of way. I actually feel like to the point of, and I know you hate how people, when they say how they feel, but this one's for you. I feel damn near. That's a
compliment.
Exactly. It's damn near a compliment at that point, because it's like, damn, nigga, okay, so y'all acknowledge that you can't even believe that nigga can build itself this way without having to use something. So that says a lot more about you and me, because I know, like you said, I look this good, so. And I'm just putting in the work. But a lot of people I notice in the gym, they never do the real
they
work.
Be in there
they never do the real workout. Not saying that you can go 6 months, but you can do 90 days of really, like doing complete sets of things, and you will see a bigger difference than just going in there just to say you're going.
People let them know.
You know.
Workout. If you can get fit
that's what I'm saying.
in a bathroom, because when you locked up in a cell, it's a toilet and it's a bed and it's a small table. You're in the bathroom. You're in a closet. If you could
sleep
get
4 feet from a toilet,
bro, if you could get fit in there, it's no way you got $1 million gym and you talking about this shit ain't working. Let them know what you eating in there.
Yeah. No, I would just say, man, the diet in prison is horrible. And so it's like now, because everything that you're eating in there is just saturated, you know what I mean? Sodium infused. And so it's like, but in prison, you have the consistent workout. Because for me, when I was in my late 20s and early 30s, I was in the prime of my life physically. And so, and one thing, going back to the discipline, you are what you repetitively do. So if I say I'm going to work out 5 days a week, man, I'm definitely going to see those results. You see
Absolutely.
what I mean? And so to me, it just really goes back to you have to determine what success looks like for you. You know what I mean? Stop looking at other people. Like, I mean, that's just weird to me. Like, comparison, exactly. So it's like, you have to be content within your own self. Like I talk about me, Monday run day. I run literally one day out the week. You know what I mean? But every Monday I'm finna be out there running. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because health is wealth. And that's just what it looks like for me.
Absolutely.
You know? I go to the doctor, my numbers check out, and I'm fine with that.
I'm A1.
That's hella gratifying. All I'm saying, it's like you said about people not really doing real workouts. I frequent a lot of different gyms, but often. And so I see the same people. And there's people, I see their results. And as we spoke to, when you see results, you say something to them. It helps them keep going. Now, the flip side of that is, I see like all y'all been in the gym for a whole year and you look the exact same. You're not taking this. I seen a dude, it's the diet.
Hire a trainer.
Facts are made in the
Kitchen.
Hire a
There's
trainer. Facts.
Oh, God. But they don't be putting
What
in
I
the
do want to
work.
tell
They
you,
gotta hire a trainer.
bread. For some people, bread goes straight to the stomach. So you probably got to cut back on a lot of that.
Well, this bread, because you can go to Italy, eat bread every day and lose weight. You can eat pasta every day and lose weight. So it's really the chemicals that's in the food. But let me ask y'all another question.
we know they're not
because
going to Italy.
Go to Italy. I just came from Italy. Trust me, it's lovely. I gotta go back. Have y'all been noticing the rise of ED promotion? Like on YouTube. I be watching a YouTube video out of nowhere. Does your cock not get hard? The fuck, nigga, gotta turn the volume down. Like, what the fuck? They like, nigga, what you been looking up? And this is just a regular promo. I'm noticing this more and more.
ED. That's the ED pills.
Nah, you know what it is?
I'm noticing this
Yo,
more and more.
algorithm, bro. We get up at age where they thinking everybody that's in our age group is experiencing.
No, it's not
that.
the age. It's been
not-
hitting.
it's
It's
not-
been hitting the youth as well.
Oh, it's in the youth.
Not been hitting the youth. Because
20s.
yeah, in their 20s, they're struggling with it right now because
I
they've been
can't
lowering the
relate.
testosterones, the microplastics, everything that's in the food. It's a lot of people that's young that's going to get your favorite item. They going to Chevron getting them gas station pills you love, nigga.
I said, all right, talk about. Hey, hold on.
Hey, he got stock in the gas station pills, so he know, nigga. And that's a rhino holocaust.
The running joke, hold on, let me explain. The running joke with the gas station pill is
That's a
this.
rhino holic right there.
The running joke with the gas station pill was this. Went on the Super Bowl cruise. I was told that it's gonna be a lot of fun. Be ready. That's why. And so I did. And I didn't have no complaints about it. So yeah. But it wasn't because of ED. It wasn't because of ED. Now I'm gonna tell you this right now. I can never experience. I can never relate because even in my early 20s, like teen on, you can drop a cold towel on me at a young age. It's like I don't understand how the whiff of a woman would kind of just get me ready.
But
you
you
know
wasn't getting chemically castrated. Like men are being chemically castrated right now.
But at the same time, how are they combating that? Because I think if people do 50 to 100 squats a day as men, you release that testosterone and you'll be straight for the most part. But if you don't wake up with a wood, something you might go.
It ain't good.
You just said, but you need to speak on more on that. We did 50 squats. That means we were outside riding bikes, playing sideline pop football, basketball, swimming at the pool.
Nah, these niggas don't do nothing.
We were active all day. What
We
I'm
was
saying is,
like that TV show Rocket Power when
Yeah, we was
they did every single sport, everything. Nigga, if we got done playing basketball, then we went to go play football. If we didn't go play football, then we went to go do something.
something. 'Cause I remember as a child from, let's just say from the age of like 9 to like maybe 17, bro. I remember when I used to go to sleep, I used to sleep hard, pause. Where I used to go to sleep. When I used to
Y'all
go to sleep.
niggas,
No, real talk.
hey, you sit too close to ride, nigga.
Hey, no, what I'm saying is this. I used to be outside. I used to be outside. 'Cause
frequency starting to hit
I used to be so active outside where when you go to sleep, you used to wake up with the webs and the drool on the side of your face because you was outside playing. And so you slept so hard that your body used to grow. These kids are immobile all day that they're staying up all night on this tablet with this blue light, not getting the amount of sleep. So now their body's not growing as well because they're not being outside, being exhausted. They're in the house all day, not getting no vitamin D from the sun. You get what I'm saying? And they're not.
Hey,
they're just sitting there being cocooned.
This is another thing, though.
I think it's back to your point though with the stuff that's in the food.
It is. You're being chemically castrated as men. But hold on, just one quick thing. This is another caveat that people ain't talking about enough. It's a thing called porn-induced ED. And if you know anything about this generation, they're suffering from porn-induced ED. Matter of fact, if you go to, I believe it's China or Japan, the men don't even want to fuck the women because they're addicted to porn. So they have an influx of women that's single. You said what? No, no, because this is a real thing that's going on right now. And if you look at every ad, it's porn being induced into it. Like if you got Facebook, randomly you'll get an inbox and it'll be a fucking porn group. Like what the fuck? Stop adding me to these goddamn groups. If anybody got Facebook, you know what I'm talking about. But man. Terry Crews had an interview where he talked about he had like decade-long porn addiction that he never talked about that was causing that with him and his wife. So it's a topic that really don't get talked about because most people embarrassed to talk about it. But there've been a few celebrities coming out as of lately who have talked about it.
Yeah. And so
I just
what's he say?
I just
read that out loud because that's a topic I've talked about before.
Because I'm heavy on the not masturbating and not watching porn. Like I push that. Don't do that. Man. Yeah. But it say Candace Owens says ban pornography. It is a weapon to weaken our men. And I agree. And you literally are weak. When you ejaculate, particularly through masturbation, you cut off your energy. You cut off your strength. So stop doing that. You block your energy. You same thing. I don't smash my lady every day, man. In the 7-day week, I purposely go. Not today, baby. You're not getting that. You're not finna have me out here sucked up. Energy gone.
Energy man. Vampire. Facts.
Like real stuff for you cats who work out. Stop smacking your chick or smacking a chick before you go to the gym. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're not maximizing your potential at that point.
And if you think it's a lie, fuck your bitch before leg day and see if you get the same results. You be in there noodle leg, nigga.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a real thing. The noodle leg is real.
So I would just say that, I wouldn't necessarily go to like that extreme. So I'm not into shaming anybody, like whatever you're into. But I will say that it's a real serious issue. I share like my second favorite rapper of all time is Nas. That's my second favorite rapper. And, on the song, he talks about the poison. You have to think about what our kids are receiving right now. The food, McDonald's. I remember when I got out of prison after 25 years, I ate McDonald's. I was like, man, this does not taste like the shit that I had 25 years ago. So you think about the hormones, the steroids that they're putting inside the food, along with these video games that these kids are playing, along with all the porn that they're watching, along with the fact that they're not being active anymore. So by the time they're in their early 20s, they can't even reproduce, which literally means we're on the verge of being extinct, which is all a part of their plan. And so, yeah, we could talk about porn and all this and that stuff, but you have to get to the root of the issue, which is they want to make sure that we're no longer existing anymore, basically.
Right, like you seen the CEO of McDonald's say that ad about him eating his product, because you notice they never call it a burger, they never call it food, they call it a product. And he took like the smallest bite ever. I don't even think he bit the meat. He bit like the top of the bun. Pause.
Jesus Christ! What? Well, we finally got this nigga. He didn't bite that.
This is crazy. Man, I ain't gonna lie though.
Hey, and then you saw, I think there was, he was. But it's the trend right now. The CEOs of the companies are all doing this taste test. You saw Burger King come after that. And then there was another restaurant that came after that. So look that up. It's going viral on social media right
because
now.
They try
like
to prove
if the CEO won't eat the food, what the fuck are we eating?
He said he ate it before that, but they trying to prove something. But I ain't gonna lie though. When I was a kid, I was watching all the Bubble Butts. All the little porn flicks, but I never was addicted. But 12 years of whatever Terry Crews, like, come on, bro. Like, once a nigga getting real pussy, like you still stuck on that.
So can I agree with you on that. It was a time in my life, yeah, of course, I was at the barbershop when I realized they were selling it in the bootleg man was selling it. When he said, yeah, bro, I got this, I said, let me see the back row. And that's when I was like, okay, cool. But again, once you start getting a real thing, not like that became like secondary, thirdary type thing. Because again, once you get the real thing,
you have to be really built up to be worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not about to go home and be ready to smash my hand when an old girl is outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Why am I smashing my hand when I'm old enough to go smack some feet? You know what I'm saying? Go smack a chick.
Facts.
And it's
so you ain't never like, damn, I'm kind of dry right now. Turned one on, got off, and then the bitch call you. You like, bitch, goddamn, what the fuck? Fucking you now.
So I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I ain't gonna lie, my energy be so high, I'm still ready to go.
Exactly. That's a blessing and a curse, because there's been times where when in my younger days, especially when I first got my own spot, bro, she was gonna get that second round nut. Oh, nigga, it was a wrap for her. She thought I liked her.
You know
a
what?
lot.
An older nigga told me that, then I did that, then I didn't want to fuck the bitch after. So I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Sometimes because the first one is the best one. You get that
the second one is
the second one is just like this for
business. This is business.
you. Yeah, this for her.
you just putting a demo on them.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Nah, that's but that burger shit for sure is for shit show. But we know what's in McDonald's food. We know y'all eating humans.
People, you eating
know
humans,
y'all are a part of that. Y'all love that. Y'all feed that to y'all kids every morning.
Every
as long
day.
as they beg for it just to shut them up. You rather give them poison, like you said with Nas. Like y'all out here crazy fast food.
Wow.
But I ain't judging. Y'all still like McDonald's chocolate chip cookies. Put them in the microwave, warm them up. Them fine.
15
But all that
seconds.
other stuff, nigga, go look up them videos, nigga. The burger don't rot, nigga. Motherfucker was in a jacket for 10
Hey, that's
years.
with the white lady. When the white
No,
lady.
the nigga put it in his jacket for years, nigga. Pull it out, nigga. Shit look
looks the
exactly the
same.
same.
Ants won't eat it.
White lady left it on her porch for 10, 15 years, and people walk by. She said, "Yeah, it's been here for 15 years. This is what y'all put in your body." That's the first video y'all seen.
And
like
they did the study
10 years ago.
And they did a study. I think it was 2 of them. It was one McDonald's out here, and I think it might have been one. Don't give me the line in China. And the dude was like, "Look at the difference between these burgers. Like they had their burger, they sat them both out for the same amount of time. One was rotted and disgusting like it's supposed to be." And that was an American one was still fresh as a brand new
fresh
pair
out
of
the pack.
shoes.
Yeah,
fresh
facts.
out the box, nigga.
It looks-
So they like, nigga, our shit real.
Speaking of Nas, I had made a post and I'm like, damn, we got to make this a topic because I want to see how many people agree with me. After all the years of sitting studying Nas and Jay, I'm gonna say Nas over Jay musically.
Yes.
I got Nas over Jay. I think Nas is better than Jay musically. I think Jay had a better
He trying to
career.
ruffle some feathers.
No, I think Jay had a better career, but in that booth when they put that pen to the pad, especially if the beat is knocking, I'm taking Nas over Jay.
I'm taking Jay all day, every day, except for when they beef directly. Bro, Jay has made some of the biggest hits.
That wasn't a pause?
God damn.
He said, I'm taking
reaching.
Jay all day, every day. You taking Jay?
Wait, nigga.
Pause. Flag on the plane. That was crazy. He said, I'm taking Jay all day, every day. That was crazy.
Coach's challenge. Hey, we see the replay clear. Nigga got the challenge. That nigga wasted the challenge.
Hey, Burrow was right. He was in the snuggle game already. He said, I finally got you.
That was flagrant.
Yeah, got So Jay Music, I'm gonna just say this: Jay Music overall, his catalog is better than Nas. I'm gonna just keep it simple. His catalog is better than Nas.
Can Jay-Z make a song like Rewind?
Can Nas make a hit?
No, you didn't answer that question yet.
No. But can Nas make a blueprint?
Stillmatic.
Stillmatic.
Okay, can Nas do a
Illmatic.
First of all, no.
What you talking about?
After those 2 albums, give me another one then. Because the blueprint,
The purple tape.
King's Disease.
No, sir, we're not about to do that.
It was written to have bangers on
Hold on. So to me, right, if you just put Illmatic and Stillmatic together, that's 2 of the top 10 rap albums of all time. If you say
No.
they're 2 of the top 10 rap albums of all time, because you have some people that will say, I think Illmatic is better, but you have some that will say Stillmatic is better than Illmatic. But Illmatic is literally in the discussion of the best rap album of all time.
Right.
Yeah, both of them. So, but watch this. So, like I said, so if you have 2 albums that are in the top 10, arguably in the top 10, Jay-Z cannot make that comparison.
Reasonable Doubt. We got the Dynasty, the Blueprint.
Don't forget about the Lost Tapes. Lost Tape, Nas classic.
What I am going to say this. What I am going to say that Jay has more better albums than Nas has. But the overall rapper, Nas might be better for sure. Because think about niggas be forgetting like that video I just sent y'all when Jay started rapping. And
It's terrible.
He was rapping fast as hell, nigga. And
With the Hawaiian silk.
he was rapping fast, and that's exactly why Nas said, "Nigga, you love my style, nigga. Fuck Jay-Z, nigga." Like because he felt like, nigga, you was doing everything that I was doing, nigga. You implemented me, but you just took it a little further.
So if you got $100 left, are you buying the Jay-Z concert ticket or are you buying the Nas concert ticket?
I'm not going to neither.
I'm not going to neither one.
No, it's not. No. Let's
Concert was a bad idea.
If they're doing a versus battle If you take away the diss records, they just going hit for hit, just hit songs.
How can you take away the diss? That's gonna be the main song we looking for.
Bro, we all know because Nas won the battle as far as that.
So to me, like I said, Jay-Z, if you were to go hit for hit, I would say Jay-Z has more hits because if you were in the club in the late 90s, early 2000s, you know, you couldn't went to a club without hearing Jay-Z records. You probably didn't hear too many Nas records in the clubs. But if we talking about just a pure MC and the substance that he brought to the table, to me, I would equate Jay-Z with being like a clout chaser. Because how many times did he change his style?
Hey,
you know, how many times did he change his style? And this is what Nas was talking about, you know, Dame Diddy, the damn dummy. Yeah, you Biggie and he's Puffy. So how many times did he change his style? How many remixes has Jay-Z got on and tried to go to somebody else's fan base to stay relevant? That is the epitome of being a clout chaser. But when you look at someone like Nas, he's been consistent. You know, he's been very lyrical, but he also has content. He also has a message for the collective conscious within the people. And so to me, I always say, I would never say nobody better than Pac, but I always say Nas, that's the second best.
So you alluded to what I was doing. So when the question was initially posed, I instantly said Nas is better. And it's in the context in which you just spoke to. Commercially, who resonates with me more? Jay-Z. That is my number one favorite rapper. However, in the conscious sense, was resonating, just the context of this whole podcast today. That's more Nas, like, you know, we on some conscious, powerful, infuse the community, the people. Who's going to object to that? So in that type of way, that type of influence, I give it to Nas. Now, we just talking about commercially, hit for hit will resonate with me, how I move, who I am, what I'm about. I'm rolling with Jay, and I think most people can because Jay on that player type stuff. He braggadocious. But as he said, do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Clearly, people skip through it because you're picking and choosing because the man be spitting. What I will say is when he got the 4-4-4, the critique was Nas been said this. So you just now getting conscious. I understand that.
But I'm gonna be real though. But don't take
on
this
that
from
verses.
Jay. Don't take this from Jay because Jay has been giving game throughout all his music. He make good music, but I think Nas is just the better rapper. He probably don't make better.
He doesn't make better
albums,
hits,
but he's the better rapper overall. If we had stats wise, Nas then did everything. Nas has done things that Jay has done besides maybe keep the album thing going. Even though he done that. But stat-wise, he's done everything. He made the hits. He got a classic album. He got everything a rapper's supposed to have. And never have one time have I ever heard anybody say Nas took a rhyme from no nigga on this earth.
Like if you are building a creative player and then you're looking at the sliders, Nas has more sliders than Jay-Z to me. Nas has more. He can get into his poetic bag. He can get into his self-conscious bag. He could tap into the streets. And he got club hits. And y'all keep saying Jay will watch Nas in the verses. What I think most people thinking about is, okay, Jay got better albums. He got more albums. A verses is only a set number of songs. I think 10 to 15 songs is closer than you think, nigga. Nas got hits.
It could be close.
Cause I think Nas might could get him, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
This is where I disagree.
One mic. If I rule the world,
okay.
Rewind. Ether is watching Takeover. You got Hate Me Now. Nas got
hate
hits,
me now,
nigga.
But what I'm saying, ugly.
Nah, Super Ugly was trash.
But what I'm saying,
trash.
But not even. Look, I'm not even about to go like just. What I'm saying is this, bro. Jay-Z has changed the game in hip hop, not as far as world impact wise. You go anywhere around the world, people know more of Jay-Z than they do Nas. As far as global impact,
does that make somebody better?
No, it doesn't.
Hold on, not from his music, from his mogulness. They don't know more Jay-Z than Nas from music, in my opinion.
But being a mogul is that's part of who he is. You can't change that. That's just naturally who he is, brother. At the end of the day, Jay-Z is the better, I'm going to just say the better artist. No, he's not the better MC, but he's the better artist. And I feel like that's more valuable than being the better MC.
What make him the better artist? What make him the better artist?
Again, having more albums, that's better than Nas.
That don't mean, no,
yes,
that don't mean you're a better artist.
Bro, at the end of the day, his whole discography is better than Nas.
It's a lot of people. Hold on.
It doesn't matter. You have to.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. No, hold on. Let me say one thing. No.
Drake did the same thing.
All that is cool, short, but it's just like this, like Jadakiss. We know he's a superior rapper than a lot of other rappers in the game. It ain't too many far-fetched that can fuck with him on no rapping shit. But they might have better albums, don't mean they're better than him at rapping.
Even if they're, all right, so listen. So if Jay makes better albums, why couldn't none of them surpass Jay then for as far as King of New York at that point.
Hold on. Jay has won. Jay has never been King of New York in his career. You got to think. Name the year, the time span. Jay was King of New York.
When the Blueprint came out, for sure.
No, he was not.
Who had?
DMX was alive. DMX was alive, and then when 50 came, and when Pop was alive, Jay wasn't even relevant.
I understand that. I listen.
Nas was relevant though. Jay wasn't relevant.
Yeah.
When Snoop was out here kicking over the buildings, we knew Nas. We didn't know Jay.
Yeah.
That's cap. He was never King of New York.
And then when DMX came out, bro, it was over.
It was over when X came out. He went platinum twice in the same year, nigga.
Hey, man.
Ja Rule was bigger than Jay-Z at the time. Ja was bigger than Ja Rule. Ja was bigger than Jay at the time.
This song. And actually, that's
Hey, we're not doing that.
Really, you want to know when Jay-Z really made that crossover? And Irv Gotti talked about this a lot. Was on that? Can I get a what on the Rush Hour soundtrack? So when that song came out on Volume 2, no, not that one. That the song he had with Ja Rule. That was Ja Rule's song that Ja Rule gave to he gave it to Jay-Z because Irv Gotti.
Can I get a what?
Okay, can I get a what?
Yeah. So Irv Gotti, he tells the story about when Biggie died and Jay-Z literally went to get all of Biggie's beats. He wanted to get with the Hitmen and all that stuff because he was trying to sound like Biggie. And he was clowning DMX to say that shit is not gonna work.
Facts.
And then next thing you know, DMX come out with
Outta here.
Rough Riders Anthem and all this stuff. He on this grimy street stuff. And now all of a sudden, Jay-Z, I gotta get on this coattail.
Because him, DMX, him,
he hated on him.
yeah, because him,
talk about
DMX, and
that.
Ja was supposed to be in a group, remember? But then Ja and DMX started beefing. And then DMX watched Jay-Z in the battle. Jay was never number one, gang.
DMX dissed Ja Rule because
Yeah, that's what you said. He just dissed him. Yeah, because
Used to
he
be
was
my
trying to
hype
act
man.
like little DMX and Pop. But at what year was Jay number one? You still ain't told me. Look it up. Yeah, nigga,
It really ain't because New York all had their spans. Like he said, Ja was hot at the top rank. Then 50 maybe had what 03 to like 06 or something, 05. Then you had
So let me see. So after Candy
DMX
Shop,
had
it
his
was so 50. So
After he lost to Kanye, he went on that decline.
Okay.
Because remember, he still was the
So
nigga.
his third album is when he started. Yeah, after
The
Curtis
I
dropped.
Got Money album.
okay, got you. That's Curtis.
Yeah, they was unbeatable. Yeah, it was over with. Game low key put a stain on that jacket. They should have stayed together. They were
They was still
killing the
afloat,
game.
even though that G Not shit was hitting. That was one of but Game.
Yeah, that was game went crazy.
Game low key went.
So in 01,
He went crazy.
So it's not since you stopped lying. The DVD, that was crazy.
So on 01, the Blueprint and then the Eminem, I guess. Stillmatic came out right after that.
Yep, Stillmatic watched that over. Yep, cause Ether dropped. Ether had dropped.
Right after that. They tell you. Then oh my god.
Look, here, let's get your bars on.
I was just looking at. They know because I'm looking at 01. I didn't know the Tupac until the end of time double album came out. Then that's crazy.
But it's not even that though. We're talking about just New York.
Just New York.
No, but I'm saying 01. So
Who else was out in 01?
So it was Eminem, the Blueprint, Stillmatic, Word of Mouth.
Don't forget you had the Dipset era.
Jay quite literally tells you on the track. I cannot recall the track, but he's talking about when he was hot. He say the only dudes moving unit in Pimp, Juice, and us. So it's of them three. He didn't say he was better than Nelly and
He
Eminem,
said the only
but-
nigga moving units M, Pimp, Juice, and us.
and us.
It was probably more niggas moving units.
It was a lot of niggas moving units.
Nigga, when
That's when everybody album was sell, nigga.
James
You
was
could be-
popping it. He just popping his fly shit, but
D12 went platinum, nigga. Everybody was going platinum back then.
Pimp, Juice, and us.
What is you talking about?
yeah, but Ludacris, they was hot. Nelly was the top of the game for a long time.
Those two albums, Country Grammar and Nellyville, those two, that was like
He went diamond with that album.
Yeah, those albums were slapping.
Yeah.
I know. But he still wasn't number one, gang.
Yeah, so I would just say, like I said, man, Reasonable Doubt, to me, that's still in.
That's a solid album.
That could be considered one of the best rap albums of all time.
No.
So just Reasonable Doubt?
What?
Are you serious?
You smoking
you
crack,
said the
nigga.
best?
One of.
It's in the conversation.
So it's in your top three?
three? Reasonable Doubt?
It's
in
one
my
of the
top
best.
10.
Is that in your top three?
It's one of the
It's
best.
in my top 10.
That's
for
one of the
sure.
best albums of
For
all
sure.
time, bro.
And
It's in your top.
It's one of the best.
I know.
I don't
No, that's
think
a
you
great
ever heard
album.
Reasonable Doubt.
Yes,
Got the
nigga.
hustle, politics is
You can play that from front to back.
Feeling it, you know.
You can play that from front to back.
Come on, bro. D Evils. So like I said, yeah, I mean, listen, bro.
Can I Live? I love that song. Can I Live?
Album,
Yo,
So the bottom line is that album is considered one of the best rap albums of all time. And even when that came out, when Tupac was around, 96, with All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, the dudes couldn't even shine. You see what I mean? And so when I look at Jay-Z, when you talk about the King of New York, like I'm a real hip-hop head. I could go back to LL in the mid-'80s, to Rakim and Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One and Cool G Rap in the late 80s. You know what I mean? And we look at like the 90s with Wu-Tang, Biggie, Nas. Jay-Z was just trying to get on.
Hey,
we seen the videos.
We ain't got that much
this
time.
dude is Hawaii Soaky fame on the beat and all this.
Dancing with the flat top.
But we can say the same thing about Pac, though.
Watch this. Because I don't even compare Jay-Z with Nas. I look at them on two different levels. I compare Jay-Z with DMX because both of them hit their prime at the same time. 98, DMX came out with Dark and Hell is Hot. Jay-Z had Volume 2. They were right there. Then after that, Jay-Z came out with Volume 3. DMX came out with Flesh of My Flesh. Then you had X with the Great Depression. Not the Great Depression. It was Then There Was X, and then we had the Dynasty. So they were both kind of going neck and neck. But we know that DMX was the one. Jay-Z even said on that tour, like he was afraid to go after DMX.
98, DMX was the nigga. He couldn't rap better than X. He couldn't rap better than X. But look, DMX proved it when they battled. He washed him. He washed him in that freestyle on that tour.
X is a bad
3 stripes across your windpipe. Bodied him. You got to think, when Pac was alive, you didn't know Jay. When Big was alive, you didn't know Jay.
I knew
you knew Nas, though.
I knew Pac.
We knew Nas, though.
Real talk, I'm slightly younger than y'all. Only reason why I knew Jay was alive was anything because my favorite rapper, Pac, diss him. That's what made me go like, okay, who is this?
What's the first Jay-Z song you remember?
First Big Pepper.
I mean like commercial. Like you see the video. I seen the Jay-Z video. See, y'all asking short.
Yeah, don't give him the answer.
No. I'm trying because you said commercial wise, because the first Jay-Z song is "Can I Live." That's the first.
You didn't hear "Can I Live"?
This nigga on my mama.
This nigga crazy. This why this nigga was 3. This why I said
no.
nigga was 3.
No, real talk. Commercial song. What was him and Jermaine Dupri? They was driving down Money and Thing. That was like the first music video of me singing. Yeah, that was like the first that Top Down singing out Money and Thing.
What year was that?
98. That was Volume 2.
Okay, so 98. Again,
98.
I was a Pac fan, though. You got to realize, bro, I'm going to keep it real. I told you this. I said it on this podcast. I am a West Coast hip-hop fan.
We know.
I didn't mess with the East Coast besides 50 and DMX. I was on some real life, nigga, fuck the East Coast at that time. That's how I grew up.
That's how I know you didn't hear "Can I Live." I knew you was capping.
This nigga lied. No, I didn't hear "Can I Live" because I remember that beat was so mellow. I'm like, boom, boom.
Because Reasonable Doubt was an album that didn't do well.
It didn't do well.
It didn't do well.
It peaked
but
later.
No, it didn't do well exactly, but it aged well. That's what that's all that.
No, only reason why I know is because all BS aside, my neighbor, Chris, like 3 houses down, his name was Chris. He played it, and I just remember hearing that soft melody. I was like, damn, what song is that? He was like, man, it's called "Can I Live?" And I remember him. I said, hey, can you play it? That's when you can put the song on repeat with a CD. And that's why I asked him. That's why that was the first song I think I memorized by Jay-Z. Now
Kyle just created a whole story.
Oh, God, that nigga crazy. Hey, my neighbor was Chris.
Hey,
He was in Watts playing "Can I Live."
You know what? You right. Hey, you right. You know what? You
From the
right.
riots.
You right. You right. I didn't know.
Nigga crazy. And he
Hey, can I get my bike back?
Hey, he trying to bring you in there.
Hey, my nigga just hit me with the
I
fight.
had the speakers bumping. I heard out the window, "Can I live?"
Yeah, this nigga crazy, man.
You want some too, old man?
No, this nigga counting, bro.
Bro, I said, you ain't put me in another bad.
no, real talk
I'm
before-
still thinking about that first part.
Before we go,
He ain't letting that go. Soon as that episode come out, Cook will be right in the comments.
For sure.
B, real talk, because I know we ain't got that much time left. Look, what's your top 3 like hip hop albums? Since you said you're a hip hop, yeah, top 3. Because you said you got Reasonable Bounce in your top 10, but what's your top 3?
Definitely in my top 10. So I would say, to me, Machiavelli. I still have that number 1. All Eyes on Me and Illmatic. That would be like my top. That would be my top 3. I gotta have Illmatic in there. I gotta have Illmatic in there because The World Is Yours, to me, is the most perfect hip-hop song I've ever heard. That's my number 1 hip-hop song. I could play that on repeat all day.
That's tough. That's tough. And somebody had asked us a question on live. I'm like, damn, you know what? They low-key right. They said as great as a MC as Jadakiss is, he has no classic albums. Because a lot of
seen that
because a lot of people say Jadakiss is the best member of the Locks. I actually think Styles P is. Because Styles P, to me, A Gangsta and a Gentleman is actually a classic album. And I think Styles' style aged better than Jadakiss, even though Jadakiss is raw. Can Jadakiss retire without giving us a classic album? Or will he be known as the Iverson of the rap game? You got all the stats, the moves, you got the look, but you got no ring.
Everybody have a role to play. I think he does have a ring because he's a legend. To me, when I look at, even if he doesn't have a classic album as a solo artist, he got so many classic features. When I think about a Biggie, Life After Death, Last Day, when I think about that song, I think the first thing I think about is Jadakiss verse. You already know what it's about when I run up in your house, put the gun up in your mouth and get the money out your couch. Hey, bro, I mean, that's what I think about. And so, and he has so many classic verses. And we think about the story of hip hop. You got to mention the D Block and State Property beef. Him and Beans.
That was crazy.
So, he's a legend.
You ain't got no mic, nigga.
Hey, y'all like Kiss of Death? Y'all didn't like Kiss of Death?
Yeah, I like Kiss of Death, but is it a classic?
It was cool, but I also seen that post.
Classic meaning you could play from front to back.
And one thing we're not gonna do with that post is disrespect the legend Corrupt, because The Streets is a Mother is a classic.
That's a classic.
That's a classic.
Nah, that's low-key a classic.
No, time out. Wait, time out.
Corrupt got one.
What was said about Corrupt? No,
They had like 10 artists who were great artists and didn't have a classic album.
Yeah, Corrupt. Hey, even what's the one, the double side? He had the LA side and the Philly side. Even that Corruption, even that was a banger to me.
But Streets is a Mother to me from start to finish.
Seawalk home.
my favorite song was the one with him and Nate Dogg, where everybody say, Nate. And
that was
we be
a
the
banger.
hardest motherfuckers in the Dog Pound Gangsta Gang.
Corrupt is underrated.
I'm gonna go back to the Jada thing. Kiss the Game Goodbye. That was one of my favorite albums from him. I like all Jada music though, so I'm like kind of biased because I'm something else. If y'all don't know nothing about that, see.
What's your top three? What's your top three hip hop albums? Of the just top, you ain't got to go deep. Just like
really got my top 3 hip hop albums
that you can just play.
That's tough.
Yeah, because
Save it for the next one.
I got
to really sit down and think
All right,
about that one.
well, look,
if I just had to pick, like I'm gonna pick All Eyes on Me.
for sure.
'Cause I could slap that. I'm gonna pick Victory Lap,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pick. Damn, see, I gotta find out because I'm gonna probably need some boosts.
So for me,
I'm gonna need some boosts. So
that album can go hard.
Not even that, but I gotta think because all that with I Remember and all that on there was a banger.
Yeah, that was on the set off album.
I can't do. I'm gonna give y'all top 5 next time. 3 bring it too
For
short.
me, just off the top of the dome, if I'm just going top 3, like I know I can just play from front to back. The Chronic, the first one. I can go with since you took All Eyes on Me, I'll go with Me Against the World. That's one of my favorite Pac's albums. I love that album. And then I'll go, you know what? I'll go to Game the Documentary. I love that album as well.
Over Doggy Style?
No, I'll take the Chronic over Doggy Style. Because my favorite song, Little Ghetto Boy. I think only reason why, because Little Ghetto Boys is to me is one of the best songs that Snoop has ever
What
made.
about Murder Was the Case?
Well,
You ain't got no mic, fool.
You got. I keep forgetting. Nah, you straight. You got to give it. You got to give it. You got trying.
Hey, I promise we gonna have a mic situation fixed. Look, I went and got the mic. I forgot to get the cord.
You gonna have it because you gotta get what you're not trying. There's way too many classic albums. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you got Documentary. Then you got what? Good Kid, Mad City. It depends. We gotta low key do this by like
generations.
Yeah,
eras. You gotta do by eras.
You gotta do by eras with that.
I want to hear top 10 lists. So when you guys have time, actually just put together a list of top 10. Maybe that can go on the internet or social media.
Make our own list, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know when they say the greatest duos, I always wonder why Meth and Red didn't take that duo more seriously. Because they was tight. They was perfect together. They was like Kiss and Jada. But why didn't they continue on as a duo versus going more solo? Like they had classics. Them and Rottweiler, the production, that was like automatic hit.
when it comes to duos, man, I think.
Right, niggas thought they was real brothers.
I did, yeah. I think E40 and the Click, I think they need a little more love. I mean, I know it wasn't a duo, it's kind of like a trio, but I think they don't get spoke about as far as duos. Corrupted Ass, the Dog Pound. I think the Dog Pound don't get enough love. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Mobb Deep, Prodigy.
Mobb Deep and them is fire, bro. Of course, we gonna speak on Outkast and all
Mobb
that.
Deep starting to get love, especially Prodigy. They going back and bringing up his lyrics like, damn, Prodigy was ahead of his time.
Can I say something? Pimp C from UGK, he was dropping games back then that people wasn't even really talking about. But Pimp C, R.I.P. the GOAT, man.
Razzcast does not get enough love. He has a classic album.
About him last time. Yeah.
Shout out to Razzcast.
Man Anonymous.
Crooked Eye don't get enough love either. It's because he don't have good albums, but that nigga bar for bar, it ain't nobody that can really do a better version.
West Coast, they got lyrics.
Yeah, come on, bro. They crazy.
Well, shit, we almost out of time.
Yeah, we almost out of time, man.
Like and subscribe, man. We appreciate it, man. Go on, top us up. You was late, man. Turn us up, man.
Like the video, hype the video. I wasn't late, but you know, somebody had to handle business, you feel me? So shout out to the Viral Way members. Shout out to the Viral Gang. Let's pray for Rod, man. we gonna hey, I'm gonna name this Pray for Rod. Pray for Rod, man. He got to be delivered, man.
Hold on, Messiah about to give us some motivate.
Nothing. I was just finna say you just gotta stop the Rod. You don't defend no shit like that no more.
What? Don't defend the tip? What we talking about?
Oh, that
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest when they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitch is bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.